Well, good evening, everybody. I'm going to apologize once again for not having my camera this week. Unfortunately, I thought I had fixed it, but I finally decided that it just needed to be replaced, so I ordered a new one. So hopefully next week you'll be back looking at my ugly mug. If I can get a quick, just if you guys have any audio issues, let me know. Trank, you guys in Discord, if you could shout out real quick, that'd be great. Awesome. Trank will say something.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm chewing.
There we go. Mage, are you there?
Yeah.
That was great. I should have had a cricket sound effect going,
No.
right?
I was actually chewing as well.
Yeah, I should have had that. It's like when the waitress comes up and asks you, like, how's your food? Because you're always eating, right? Ricky, nice to see you from Australia. Yeah, that might be a fun way to start, where everybody's from tonight. For those that don't know, audio is great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And if audio is no problem with, if there's a problem with Discord, let me know. And yeah, for those that don't know, some of you might know, I'm in the southeast. I'm near Atlanta, in the southeastern U.S. Poland.
Canada for the win.
We got Canada. Mage, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm in Missouri, the best of the flyover states.
Okay. One of the, like I recently moved from Colorado and lived there for about 20 years. And so driving back and forth, Kansas was the drive-through state, right?
Oh, yeah, that one.
And man, what a brutal drive. Just flat and straight and nothing.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've been to Colorado. I went elk hunting with my
did you?
grandpa once in it, yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
Oh, it was...
do you remember this? Was it Estes Park? Do you remember the town at all?
The mountain was Baldy Mountain. I can't remember the region. Yeah.
Okay, that one doesn't ring a bell, but anyway, regardless. We got Indiana. Rick is apparently when they talk about Florida man, apparently Rick is Florida man since we got one from Florida. Sorry, I don't mean to pick too much on Florida, but if you're below Georgia, that kind of says something, doesn't it? Let's see, seafront property in Kansas, nice. Okay, let's get to the reason we're all here instead of talking about where we're from. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, Ryan, if you could happen to hear me, are you back yet, Ryan? Let's see if Ryan's back. Ryan is not back yet. Tonight, Ryan from SDC, Ryan's still with SDC technically, right, Mage?
Yeah.
Yeah, and okay. And you're with Nomads, right, Mage?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Ryan from SDC specifically is joining us, and Mage, we've got some other guys that as well. And Mage, are you going to be here for a while, Mage?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. And the main thing we're going to chat about tonight, guys, is and actually, you know what? Let me get this engineering while we're talking, so we can get going. The main thing we're going to talk about tonight is builds, right? So we're going to do we're going to specifically talk about a build on a Viper Mark III. This is Ryan. Let me post the links in if you guys want to open it up, and I'm going to share these quite a lot through during the stream. So the build that we're going to be talking about, I'm pasting that in. I'm also pasting in 2 Google Docs that Ryan wrote. One that is about building PvE capable ships, and one about PvP ships. Both are excellent guides to shipbuilding in general, which for a lot of folks is a really complicated subject. So we're kind of going to go through that. I've done a video on ship builds. Here in maybe a second, I'll find that link and throw that out too. But that's more just kind of explaining, in general, things like, I'm going to make this simple. A is best, B is heaviest with the highest integrity, C has the best bang for the buck, D is the lightest, and E is shit. Right? So it kind of explains it through like that a little bit, goes in a little more detail.
It's got low power draw.
It does, and there are, right? Yeah, and E-rated shield boosters are light and have low power draw, and there's times like on a Vulture, I've run E-rated shield boosters, I've run C-rated boosters on things before, and very, very random builds. So there are reasons for everything, but for the most part, these are the rules of thumb, right? Briefly, since I'm on it right now, I'll talk about quickly long-range engineering, if you guys see what I'm doing. I'm doing some pulse lasers right now with long-range, and you'll notice that first of all, I don't have the mats right now to max these out, and I wanted to engineer them for the stream tonight. But generally with long range weapons, I don't max them out, especially if the grade 5 materials that you need is something really hard to get, like biotech conductors, which I think is what you need for long range lasers. But I generally don't worry about it because it doesn't really change. It's not as dramatic as it would be with the engineering of, say, like an overcharged multi-cannon. right? Because right now I've got 5,100 meters range. Well, now I've got 5,243. That extra 150 meters, or to go all the way up to 6,000, just isn't going to make, in my opinion, and Mage disagree with me, or if Ryan shows up, anybody.
For PvE, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see it being one of those places where you really have got to max it out. Like right now, I've got 5,500 meters of range. I'm not going to hit much with 5,500 meters anyway. Right.
Well, the way that the micro gimballing works, especially with that, it can become a lot easier to hit targets at long range.
And that's true too. That's absolutely, like with a railgun, for example.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like,
absolutely.
The way the micro gimbal works, there's a limit to how difficult the target becomes to hit.
Yeah. Exactly.
And with hit scan, if they're 5 kilometers out, that means they aren't able to move across your screen very quickly, which means that they can't really dodge out of the way.
Sure.
You just want to hold on target for later.
Sure. Sure. And Chozo had a question. Let me think. I understand your question, Chozo. He's saying, since we're in the subject of engineering, anybody have difficulty getting access to grade 2 modifications? He's done 36 grade 1s, but no grade 2s. Are you doing those via remote workshop, or are you at the engineer? Because if you're doing remote workshop, that does not increase the reputation with the engineer. So that would be why. So whenever you unlock an engineer, you want to bring enough materials with you to roll something to grade 5, ideally, because you roll that one thing to grade 5, that will get the engineer to grade 5. You pin whatever blueprint you're going to pin with that engineer, and then later you can roll that with the engineer all the way to grade 5 as much.
I read that as well, and I thought something has gone terribly wrong here with this poor person.
Yeah, I thought that too, right? Oh, that's funny. Varican on Twitch said, I sound much younger on my videos. So I sound old tonight. Maybe because I'm tired. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night.
Old man.
He goes, I thought you're like 20. You sound above 40. That's funny. Well, you're not wrong with the last statement. I am 45, so I'm definitely.
You're not 60?
I'm definitely above 45, right?
I thought you were 60.
Oh, Rambo, you were subbed that long ago, huh, buddy? Speaking of, we're going to do a couple giveaways tonight because you fine people have helped me hit such a milestone. And, let's actually, we've talked about what we're going to do with the engineering. Let me jump back and get my ship going and stuff. Ryan had to eat some dinner real quick, so he's going to join us in a second. But let me first say a huge thank you. I know some streamers and stuff or YouTubers will put out like thank you videos and stuff, and I try to stay away from those kind of videos and things, or like channel updates or things. I like to keep the channel a little more formal with the tutorial videos. But here I do want to say, I always thought it was cheesy when YouTubers or streamers or creators, whatever you want to call them, would say, oh, thank you so much, it means so much, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, right, chat, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And now that I'm on the other side of it, I can't tell you how much it means, right? I mean, I look at the numbers sometimes, look at the number of comments, or I'll post a video and 10 minutes later it's got 100 views or something, or 5 minutes later it's got 50 views, and I'm just sitting there like, what are you, like, how is that? Like, how is it that people care this much, right? How is it that this is, that people enjoy this stuff? So it really does mean a lot. I really appreciate it. Never thought I'd get to 20,000 period, let alone this quickly. So thank you to everybody. And with that, let's do a giveaway. And since we don't have a ton here just yet, you guys are having some pretty good odds. We're going to do a couple of giveaways tonight. We're going to do a giveaway just for a ship skin. I've got one left. I'm a little frustrated because I asked Frontier 3 or 4 days ago if we could get Black Friday ship skins to give away. And I didn't hear back from them, and I forgot because I was going to go buy a couple so I could just, give some away that I bought, and they stopped selling them by the time I remembered. So I don't have any black skins yet, but if I have a black skin, whoever wins this can pick that one. Otherwise, I can't remember what I've got, but I've got one thing left, like the Entrepreneur Pack or something like that. Then later tonight, about an hour from now or so, kind of after when Ryan and I get to the bounty hunting section, we're going to do a second giveaway. And for that one, we're going to give away a full account. Right? So if you're looking for a second account, and it's a full account with Horizons. So if you've got a friend that you want to get into the game, if you just want a second account for exploration, or a griefing account, whatever you want to call it, right? We'll have a full account. Then exactly, and then this one I gotta figure out a really good way to publicize this one, but I'm probably gonna give this away on the launch stream when Chapter 4 launches. But I actually have I know this is a bit odd for an Elite channel, but I have a Logitech G29 racing wheel, a brand new one that I'm going to give away. Logitech sent it to me to review, which I'm glad they did. But what's weird is they apparently don't send out any of their flight stuff for review. Isn't that odd?
Concerning.
Yeah, right. But like none of it.
Hello.
And I was they were willing to sell it to me at a 40% discount, which I mean, if I was going to buy it, that's a good deal and everything. But so anyway, so I'm going to do a goofy video like giving away the steering wheel to drive the SRV, right? And make the video kind of like, what, you don't drive the SRV with a steering wheel? What the hell's your problem? Right? And I definitely want to see. I want to get a PvP kill with a steering wheel. That would be pretty fun.
If you do manage that, I will personally revoke that person who loses to use.
Hey,
well,
I know I have the perfect guy for him.
Who is it?
Really?
Duke.
I think I know.
Oh,
It's got to be Duke.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it would be. He could do it.
Is it?
Do it. So this guy on the killbot, how many deaths is he up to? 148, something like that.
146.
I think he's a past 180.
180 deaths, 4 kills.
Oh my goodness! Wow. I didn't even begin that in CQC, or these are his PvP stats.
Nope. This is live game. That's all
Oh
live game
man,
stuff.
that's
He just
brutal.
sits in Sand 2 all day trying to grief people and dying.
Oh, okay. So
over
he's just a
again.
straight up griefer then. Okay.
Well, no, he tries to, but he's
Yeah.
not very good at it.
Sure. Right. Well, I figured, like when I got the mining lances, it was my goal to kill a commander with a mining lance. So yes, I went to LHS 3447, found a couple noobs and killed him with the sidewinder with 2 mining lances just to do it. And so I figure obviously I'll go to 3447 with a steering wheel and see if I can't do it. Like I figured the wheel will obviously. I can't decide if it would have to be roll. I think anything else would just bend your brain. And then I'm thinking there's paddles on the wheel, that the right panel would be like pitch up and the left paddle would be pitch down. Right? Like I'm thinking that's the way you would do it. But I'll have to see if I can't figure it out. Right? So anyway, let's do our first giveaway. We're gonna do I'm gonna use the way Frontier does it and do the we'll put in a hashtag thing, and I'm testing out the chatbot integration stuff. Let's say, do we want to put hashtag? I don't know. Will a spam filter break it if we put like hashtag free shit? I mean, I know Frontier can't put that, but I can. Let's see. So if you want to enter to win the skin, we're going to do the skin right now. We'll give the account away here in an hour or so, 30 minutes or so. But for now, let's do a hashtag free shit. Let's do that. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. And did I think I've been hearing Ryan's voice?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay, great. So Ryan's with us. Ryan, why don't you, and again, everybody, throw in the hashtag. There we go. And I'll pick something here in just a second. But Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
That's a lot of pressure, man. So I'm Ryan. I'm a PvPer most of the time. I only PvP or PvE when necessary. I'm an SDC member, and I'm a mentor on the Galactic Academy Discord, which is an FDev owned but not operated Discord for teaching newbies how to play the game. And so recently I put together 2 guides teaching people how to outfit a PvE combat ship and a PvP combat ship separately, kind of going over like build styles and like kind of theory about how kind of everything goes together. And so it was it took a lot of work. I think they're like 18 pages each.
Oh, it's there. I can't imagine how much work it was.
It definitely took, it was a couple of nights. So hopefully it can help some people out there, because there's a lot of misconceptions about engineering and like shipbuilding and stuff like that. So it'd been a while since we'd done one like that. So I figured it was probably time to go ahead and do it again.
Yeah, and you said something, Ryan, that the GCI server is owned by Frontier. Is that right? I didn't realize that.
So Galactic Academy
Wait, Galactic Academy. That's
is
what I meant.
owned by. Yep.
Oh man.
So that's owned
Nice.
by
Okay.
Frontier. So
Okay.
Brett C.
Yeah.
owns it. But they're almost entirely hands off.
Sure.
With it. They the captains. They're like the admins. They handle basically everything from day-to-day stuff. And then the mentors, which is what I am. It's almost been like 2 years now that I've been a mentor.
Yeah.
We there's like 20 or 30 of us, and we just sit in these channels and people ask questions. We do our best to answer them, and it's people from different walks of life in the ED community. So there's a couple of PvPers, there's BGS guys, there's explorers, there's mining, trading, all that stuff, and there's a bunch of really cool people in there that hang out.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good server. Probably the least labor intensive server I've ever been on, as far as like having to mod people and stuff.
Oh, that's
like
good
everyone
to know.
just kind of knows how everything goes. I think we have to mod like one person every like 3 months, something like that.
What is there it is. Galactic Academy. It's the one with the silver icon, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Do you? Is there? Can somebody give me a wing invite? Is there a server invite for it that doesn't expire?
Yeah, I'll get.
If you can give it to me, I'll post it through on stream for everybody.
I'm still laughing at the thought of GCI being owned by Frontier.
Well, for a
man,
minute, that's why I was like,
a
wait,
fucking nightmare.
Yeah, right. That's why for a minute I was like, wait a minute, huh? Like my brain got confused for a second. Oh shit!
I'm still an admin on GCI. That's fun.
What the heck? It won't let me. I think Discord's jacked up.
Let me. PM it to me. Oh, okay. When you find it, if and when you find it, PM it to me real quick.
It's not letting me make an invite either.
Okay, gotcha. So tonight we're going to go where the purpose is. We'll talk about ship builds, right? In line with the two documents of Ryan's, which I shared out to everybody in links, Ryan. And I'll continue to do that as we're chatting tonight. So we're going to go through the ship build of a Viper 3. We're going to kind of have just a little bit of an open conversation between those of us in Discord. If any of you guys want to come join us in Discord, you're welcome to. It'll be a little easier for me tonight to watch chat since I'm not in VR, and because of the nature of the discussion, we're not really doing open combat here at first. It'll be a little bit easier for me. So I figure we'll talk through the build of this, and then we're going to go do some basic bounty hunting. We're just going to go do a resource extraction site nearby. We'll probably then jump to a conflict zone next door to talk about tactics there. So the goal would be, if you're kind of new, or you're new to bounty hunting, you're new to engineering, you want to up your bounty hunting game, you want to know how to make those early credits and stuff. That's kind of what we're going to focus on. And then, at roughly, I'd say the hour 15, hour 30 mark, something like that, or even sooner, it'll devolve into some just PvP fun, because we'll talk about that as we go through the combat stuff. But I think Ryan would probably, I think he agrees, or I agree with him, that this is one of the best starter ships to get into PvP. Low rebuy, good ship to learn on. We'll talk about those kind of things as we do combat. And then, but if you guys would like to join us for any of that, for the combat parts of it, once we do that, everybody is welcome to. And then finally at the end, if we have enough folks around, enough interest, we'll end with some CQC if there's enough guys. So before we jump into the actual build, if there's anybody that hasn't entered by typing in #free-shit, this is your last chance, because I am just about to pick a winner. So you have, I don't know, probably till the time I finish this sentence to have typed it in. So let's see. All right, let me see how this thing works. All right, we have a winner. The winner is, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but Pratchett. Pratchett, you are the winner. You are our winner. So I think I've never done the Streamlabs stuff this way. So let's make sure that went through. So it's Pratchet. Ratchet. So Pratchett, if you will reach out to me on Discord at some point after the stream, whenever, I'll get you the code and all the information for that. To everybody that entered already, don't worry, we're going to do another giveaway in about an hour or 30 minutes or so, whenever, to give away a full account. So if you're looking for a second account, if you got a friend you want to get into the game, here you go. It was, I don't know if it's still on sale, but it was on sale recently for $24, which is pretty insane. So,
Yep.
Okay,
That's
so
when I
let's.
got
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I bought my second account when it was on sale as well. Right.
No, I don't know if I could gift Elite Dangerous to a friend in good conscience.
Well, it's to the right kind of friend, isn't it?
Or enemy.
That's a very good point. Or enemy.
Totally. Very good point, right? So
There's this really cool group you should hang out with called 13 Please.
Exactly, right. Okay, so let's jump into the build. And I figure, like we said, we'll do this as kind of an open discussion. We'll talk about some of the things like when Ryan. So the build we're working off of is at the end of the PvE guide that I sent out. And so I know when I first opened it up, I looked through it and there were things for the video that's forthcoming on the subject. There's things that I would do a different way. So we're going to discuss through those things. I'm going to mention those in the video too, because I think we would all agree there's not necessarily a absolute 100%. This is the only way to do it, right? There are certain scenarios where, I mean, you always do dirty drag drives, for example, right? But you might do B-class thrusters. I did B-class thrusters on my DBS because I wanted more integrity, and it didn't work, right? But my point is there are times you might do something outside those norms, but for the most part, we're going to be talking about, about rules of thumbs here. Right. There's always exceptions, but we're talking about the general rules here. Okay. Say galactic. Thank you.
The good thing about these guides is that so I've got a couple thousand hours in the game, and the people that helped put it together have thousands and thousands of hours in the game, and so I've probably done. I would feel very confident in saying that I'm probably top 10 of people that have, as far as engineering goes, as far as how many modules and how many things I've actually built. I've got an absolute shit ton of roles and a shit ton of mats gathered to engineer anything at any point, pretty much. And so because we've been doing this so long, we know what modules work for specific things, which ones don't work. So there are some things like you said that there are really hard and fast rules as far as this is very clearly better than anything else that you can do. And there are some that are, it depends on what
X,
your
Y, and
goals
Z.
are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And that's why in the build, sorry.
No, please.
In the
You're
builds
good.
that I provide, they're meant to be as general as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There are exceptions to basically everything on there. Because some people are like, well, I use a beam on this build. It's like,
Right.
I use beams on some builds that I have too. But for the builds are meant to work for the most basic person that's playing this game.
That's right.
Doesn't know a lot about how it works. It's meant to be successful and to put you in the best position so that you don't die all the time.
That's right. Yeah, it's to give you that one of the things I have liked about the new engineering, and what I mean by that is that you can max a module out now. Because at first when that was proposed, or that's when we first saw that, I really didn't like that, because I didn't like the fact that we wouldn't have unique ships anymore, right? If you're willing to go through a bunch of work, you could have a better ship, that kind of thing. But what I do like about it now is at least it gives you that mental, well, it's not my ship. Right? I think a lot of players when they're new, especially when you're new to PvP, you get beat by somebody and that's an easy excuse. Oh, well, he had a better engineered ship, or he had a better built ship. And absolutely that can make a difference. But the vast majority of the time for me personally, when I've got beaten in PvP, the ship didn't have anything to do with it. Right. It was the pilot that beat me. And I think the nice thing about a subject like this is once folks really learn it, right, they don't have to, it crosses that off the list. Can you guys hold on 1 second for me?
Yeah.
Certain.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, where was I? There was a little little IRL interdiction. Anyway, so back to the build. So there's definitely things where you're always going to do this, or it's meta for a reason. And by the way, like I didn't realize this until somebody told me this recently, that meta is most effective technique available.
There's a bunch of different.
Yeah, I mean there are a bunch of different translations for it. Yeah, okay. So there are things that are, as Ryan just said, hard and fast, and there's certain things that depending on what you need to do, right? This is the way we do it. And I see that Ryan's on chat. That's great. I know I've got a few people on Twitch. Know that we've got, Ryan. I don't know if you're also chatting on Twitch, Ryan, but Ryan is also chatting on YouTube. If you guys have questions, and I can relay them, along as we're going. So why don't we jump right in? And I think Ryan, the way I'll do these each module is I'll kind of talk. I'll say what the module is, set it up just a little bit, and then kind of let you give the explanation of what you would do and why. And then if I've kind of got any kind of counter, we'll discuss it. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. So starting with hull, you're either going to go reactive or, you start with lightweight, right? You're not going to want to do combat, obviously, in a lightweight build. And what would your choice be there, Ryan?
So for PvE, it's pretty simple, military grade. Military grade is the strongest that you can get without basically doubling your rebuy and getting like reactive armor. Reactive's only really useful if you're going to engineer it, and you do that because of your resistances. So because each armor has each different type of bulkheads have different base resistances. So military gives you more armor and stock resists. Reactive kind of flips it so that you have good kinetic resists and explosive resists, but really bad thermal resists. And so through engineering, you fix that. But generally speaking, for PvE, you're going to want to go military bulkheads. It's a real easy way to get yourself a little more margin for error if your shields go down.
Yeah, and
Small correction. Military grade does not change your resist.
Yeah, that's
Correct.
what I mean. It just
said-
adds
Yeah, it
armor,
keeps
doesn't-
exactly. It doesn't mess with your resists. Yeah.
I misheard you then.
No, it's okay. It's fine. And so
I'll get you later. Don't worry. I've got a few
I
points.
know you.
nice. And you guys will see I'm running reactive here, right? Because of my balance, as you'll see, I don't care about the rebuy. When you're early on, I'm with Ryan. I would run military too when credits are a real issue and rebuy is a real issue. I also would run reactive on here because I'm also going to use this potentially for PvP. I don't care about the balance. Now we'll get to this later, but with reactive, because that is going to change my resistances, and as you see, it's going to give me a very significant thermal resistance hole. We're going to have to deal with that later. So if you can't deal with that thermal resistance hole with a thermal booster later on, you might definitely reconsider this, depending on the type of combat you're going to be doing. But that's why, if you guys are wondering, you're seeing that I've got a reactive, and this is one of the two things I didn't have time to go engineer today. We're going to run it through Robots Workshop real quick and just see how high I can get it, just to give us a good base. But both of those will be fine. Do you guys ever use mirrored?
I do.
No.
For what?
I do on my Cobra.
In what? And then do you do you'd have to do a kinetic and a explosive.
Let me pull up my Cobra build
Okay.
real quick
Okay.
to double check. But no,
Okay.
I used mirrored because on my Cobra and if I was to build more small ships, I would do the same thing. I stack as much, or not as much, but I stack a lot of thermal resist because the way I see it
Rails.
in those smaller ships, your main threat is railguns and fixed lasers. Everything Giveway is just like a Cobra's profile. Giveway are gonna miss you a lot.
So you're
anyway.
just trying to get more thermal resistance in that
Yes.
case. Okay, all right, fair
Now,
enough.
To clarify, I still have this is like on my build here. It's 22% thermal resist, so it's not like I'm kinetic resist.
Yeah. So it's not in the
But I also
toilet.
have, I also have almost 60% thermal resist. So.
Right. So you're getting that extra.
People
Yeah. Okay.
rails
Fair
and
enough.
stuff.
Fair enough. So your resistances aren't as balanced as mine, but your thermal resist is higher than mine. So your thermal overall, which is what you're getting attacked at mostly, that's the logic you're using there, basically. Right. Yeah. And that's
Like,
why we're having this discussion.
My Cobra's effective integrity for thermal is 4,000 whole.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Effective thermal resist.
Okay.
So.
Nice. Okay, so that's Hull, right? And this is not one you want to skip, guys. We're running a bi-weave, or a bi-weave Hull build. You're going to almost certainly at some point, especially if you're unengineered, you're gonna lose your shields. Start getting used to taking that hull damage, right? As long as you're not taking much or any module damage, you're generally fine to stay out while you're bounty hunting and stuff. And you could stay out until you're 10%, as long as you're careful. But you want to get used to that. This is not like an FDL build where you're going to be running an A-rated or even a prismatic shield where you're never going to lose your shields. I also greatly prefer bi-weave builds for bounty hunting anyway, because I like that, I have one short fight. I'm going to make some numbers up here. Let's say my shields drop to 50%. I can choose to let those regen back pretty quickly to 100%. In, I'm going to make it up, 15 or 20 seconds, go on another fight and just constantly regen like that, versus an A-rated where I drop to 90, I get back to 92, I drop to 80, I get back to 80, and I'm slowly eventually, like all the way down to 0. And once my shield drops in that case, I probably don't have much hull underneath it, and I'm going to have to leave. Ryan, Mage, Jayzad, anybody disagree with that?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so power plant. We've got a typical 3A with what do we do? Armored thermal, right? Whoops, wrong thing.
Yeah, armored thermal is almost always.
There we go. Yeah, armored thermal spread.
Very
Yeah,
little time.
and Ryan, tell us about that. Why would we do that? What other possible things would we do for the power plant?
Yeah, so there's three that you can do. So armored with thermal spread is pretty much the base one that you want to do. It gives you more integrity on your power plant, which is very important in PvP so that it doesn't get sniped out. Because if your power plant gets sniped out, you're done. That's the end of your day. It has a power increase, so you can you can have more power hungry modules. It has a thermal load reduction, and then with the thermal spread secondary, you can increase that thermal load reduction. So it helps distribute heat a little bit better. Another one that I use a lot on some PvP FDLs is low emission thermal spread or monster, depending on what I'm running. So low emission, it doesn't increase integrity, but it seriously increases the thermal load, or it decreases the thermal load of the ship. So I mean, I have an FDL that I idle at like 17% heat. And so I use that on some very specific builds. Thermal spread, it makes that even more efficient. Monstered just increases the power by a decent amount.
2%, I think it is.
So, I think it's a little more than that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I can look here on.
On Inara, I think it's just like 10%, if I'm not mistaken.
Monsters.
It's a
It's
decent amount.
5.6. Monster is
There we go.
5.6 actually. Yeah.
So,
I think it
so
increases
everyone
the
was
mass by
wrong.
10%.
Yeah, everyone was wrong. Exactly. We were way off. And
probably.
so thermal spread is negative 8.8% efficiency. Double braced would give you 33% more integrity. And that'd be a good one. I assume you were going to get to that one in terms of using it.
You pretty much never actually use double braced.
You haven't used it anywhere?
Generally, no.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
so pretty much thermal load is more important than
the extra
minor integrity.
Yeah, fair enough.
The only time I've ever run double braced was whenever I did a silent running fast. And
Sure.
I already had a
Exactly.
thermal.
Sure.
Low emission
That's
plan.
what I did.
Sure.
And
And then
I always do thermal reduction.
that's pretty much what I always do.
Thermal or low emission with thermal spread on even on the fast, because you can silent run for so long in that thing if you've got a couple of heat sinks. So,
To be honest, that's probably the better
It's
option.
personal
I just already
preference.
had one laying around the other way.
I mean, when you get to the point that you're theory crafting about PvP builds, that's when you can kind of start freelancing, I guess, where you can kind of figure it out on your own, figure out what works for you.
Sure.
But like the only other plant mod that's really worth anything is overcharged.
Yep.
Or actually, that's the only other one. Right.
Right. It is those three: armored, low emission, and overcharged. You nailed it.
So overcharged, to be honest, unless you're running a big ship with prismatics and like 8 boosters, is completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's almost, for PvE, it's almost always going to make you worse off.
You know, it's funny. I
than if
used
you
to
just modify your ship a bit.
Yeah, it's one of those things when I first started, engineering and really getting into shipbuilding and trying to learn it better. I used overcharge quite a lot because I was also a very heavy like shield guy, right? Like now I'm always like hull bi-weave kind of ships, right? And so I would always do overcharged and didn't realize, how negative the thermal and specifically the integrity, of that is, right? So, I mean, really, if you're running an overcharged power plant, in my opinion, the only way you can do that is if your shields are so strong, you are never going to lose them. Because if you lose them, you're most likely done, right? So you've got
Even
to have
then, the thermal load's going to be hurting.
even
the whole
then.
time.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
And in a high shield build, you're going to
Yep.
want to be using shield cell banks a lot
That's
of
right.
the time.
That's right. That's right.
You're going to
That's
have more of an issue
which makes it
with
even
thermal load.
worse.
which makes it even worse. That's exactly right. So for the most part, I tried for almost all my combat ships. I run just like you said, armored thermal spread. Sometimes, like I want to say, on something I was running, I had to do armored monster.
Eggsy,
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but you just
Oh.
you just rated.
I did. Well, I just noticed all of a sudden I had a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, Ant, what's going on, buddy? Hiya, guys. I hadn't looked at there. Oh my God, my view number in the little chat client just went from 120 to 440. So yeah, I guess he did, didn't he? Well, the funny thing is,
stepping on an anthill.
I was watching Ant earlier when he was playing X. Oh God, you did say that, didn't you? Right. I was watching Ant earlier when he was doing X4. So welcome everybody. And I didn't get to see all of it because then I had to get ready for this. But it looked kind of interesting. I don't know, like if you guys that were chatting over there, if you have a thought, what you thought of what you guys thought of what you saw, or Ant, if you're still listening, if you if you think it's any sort of elite competition, it kind of doesn't seem like it. Is that you guys take?
I mean, it looks I think it's single player.
It is.
So
It is.
It's definitely not competition for me.
Yeah,
It
looks cool, but to me it's No Man's Sky, meaning it's a space game that looks cool, but I have the same interest in it I had in No Man's Sky, which is not much. Right. I think for all of us talking today, at least we all agree it's the flight model of Elite that keeps us here. Right.
I'm always so skeptical about space games. I don't know what it is about companies that develop space games, but like they either take forever or they launch with all these problems or something. There's always an Achilles heel to them. So hopefully it turns out good. I don't think from the conversations I've seen people having, it seems like it's very good. But it's definitely not the game for me though. So.
Okay, so
It
Ants
seems like it takes you longer to find that. And then when you actually do find it, you're thousands of hours in.
Yeah, so Ant's saying it's miles away from No Man's Sky. It's much closer to Elite than No Man's Sky, and that was my impression from it. It's I tell you the one good thing right now. It's definitely a very good time to be a space gamer, isn't it? Right. It's just there's so much
it's
choice.
Going to be better. It's going to be better in like 2 years.
Oh, agreed. But it's only getting better, right? You think about what we had 5 years ago, and we just didn't have any choices like this, right? Now that we've got Elite, Star Citizen is starting to become viable. Not to start a Star Citizen debate, but we really are starting to get. It's been longer than that. Fuck, shit. I mean, it's been. I think you could argue it's been 6 or 7. Was it the Kickstarter?
When I think I bought my ship like 4 years ago. And I've played 4 times.
I want to say I bought Star Citizen in early 15, right? But anyway, let's get back to what we were discussing. To those who have joined us and stuck with us, we'll try to be a little more exciting since we've got a big crowd now. We're doing so we've got the guest with us that you'll hear. There's several of us. Ryan M17 with SDC is with us. Space Mage of Nomads with us, and Jay's who the hell are you flying with these days?
Nomads.
And Jay's out of Nomads as well.
Edition.
Okay, gotcha. I don't think I'd heard that yet.
We acquired Jazzod intellectual property.
Very nice, right? And nope, we're in open. Everybody's welcome to join us. We're actually gonna do some combat here, and probably we'll try to move this along. We're getting a little too detailed with this stuff. We'll do some combat in 15 to 30 minutes. We're also, for those that have joined, if you stick around, we're going to be giving away. I should have said this as soon as I got rated. In about 15 or 30 minutes, when we finish the build discussion, we're going to be doing a giveaway. In fact, we're going to be giving away a full Horizons account. So full game account plus Horizons. If you're looking for a second account for yourself, if you've got a friend, or as we decided earlier, enemy that you want to give an account to, I've got game codes for a full-on account that we'll give away here in just about 30 minutes or so. So let's get back to the build. And like I said, we'll jump through maybe a little bit faster than we've been going. We'll go to thrusters really quick. That's one where it is for combat. It is dirty drag drives. You maybe would use clean drives if you were doing a... Well, I'm thinking like a cooler running build, something like that. No, not even then you wouldn't.
So the power draw basically kind of fucks it up.
Okay.
And you end up going so much slower than you go so much slower than if you just use drag drives. There's other things you can do that'll affect your heat more than your drive.
Okay, fair enough. And I can't remember the last time I did. I don't think I've done clean on anything, right? But that, again, like we said, that's one where you're pretty much always going to do drag dirty. Actually, I want to say there was one build somebody showed me where with dirty drives with distributors was actually faster on the build.
Oh.
It was like a lightweight Viper build, maybe.
There's been this debate for the better part of almost a year now,
since 3.0.
So since beta, the question is. And it's only on one ship, and it's a specific type of build. So if you build like a quote-unquote meta FDL, right, it's a fairly lightweight build. With drive distributors, it seems like the FDL is significantly more maneuverable. It's not faster,
really,
but it's more maneuverable than with drag drives.
The
problem is, so it's not a hoax. I did it in beta, and it was very apparent. But what I'll say is that it seems very build dependent. And because stats in Elite are this black box, basically, no one knows whether it's better or not. The stats show it as being worse for pitch, for roll, for all that
Interesting.
Stuff. But it doesn't feel worse. So the current thinking is that, so like if you've ever flown a courier with engineered EPTs.
Yep.
It goes so fast, and at low speed, it pitches very well, but at high speed, it takes forever to turn, right?
Right.
Because you just have so much forward momentum. When you try and pitch up, you're tracing this huge circle because you're just going so fast.
Right.
So my theory is that it slows the FDL down a little bit, but maintains basically the same pitch, roll, and yaw rate. So what happens is it feels more maneuverable because you're
interesting. Yeah.
When you pitch up, you're tracing a smaller circle than you would because you're going faster.
Yeah. I'm following you.
I think it's just a feel thing. I don't think it's an actual number.
Okay.
There's one other reason to use them is I believe that they are faster with enhanced performance drives.
And that's what it was. It was a Viper enhanced performance drives, very stripped down and light, where those are very weight sensitive. And just to point out, guys, like for this build, enhanced performance drives are actually about 10 meters a second slower than a standard 3A drive would be because they are so affected by weight. I just didn't happen to have a set of standard 3A dirty drag drives, and I didn't have time to do them before the stream. So that's why you see me running 3A enhanced right now, but I should be running 3A standards for this build. Moving right along, frameshift drive, real easy. This is a place where if you want range, you're always going to do increased range. And then rule of thumb, if it's under class 5, you're going to do deep charge. If it's above class 5, you're going to do mass manager. If it's class 5, double check Coriolis and see which one is better. Right, but it ranges. A lot of times I do have a fast boot sequence 2D with stripped down to make it as absolutely light as possible for times when I'm absolutely not going to jump. But for a beginner type ship like this, you're going around bounty hunting and stuff, having a 20 light year jump range is nice. Very nice to be able to move around.
With the new Crime and Punishment especially.
Exactly. Especially, I rarely, same thing. I rarely do that anymore because of the new Crime and Punishment.
Or if you're not a careful good boy.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Life support. We're going to do this with remote workshop. You're going to run lightweight. Very simple. I can't think of, if you weren't going to run lightweight, you would just run A-rated life support and call it a day. Agreed? Or A-rated lightweight.
You could do A-rated. So on
shielded?
a fast, on a full hull tank fast, sometimes I'll run A-rated life support shielded instead of reinforced.
Okay.
Because reinforced adds weight, shielded
right,
takes
exactly,
power.
but it takes power, exactly. So you want
You've got power
shielded,
to spare.
yeah, exactly. If you're going to do one of those two, you want to do shielded, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
but it very much depends on the build. Generally, lightweight is the best.
Yeah, for a bounty hunting build, a lightweight, right? Especially if you don't have fighters and losing your life support. Like with D-rated life support, you have 7.5 minutes to get to a station. If you can't make it to a station in 7.5 minutes, you're probably going to die anyway. So I don't see the 25 minutes being that critical to me. If it is to you, go with A-rated, right? Distributor.
So it's actually kind of funny because pre-engineers, everyone used to run A-rated life support, but because there was no engineers and all the builds were power hungry, you would basically run that on priority 5, and so when you deployed, it would turn off.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, sure. I get exactly
Some
what you're saying.
Some people still run builds like that for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I've seen people take, and I've done this before, take my life support and maybe put it on priority 2. That way, if I do get a malfunction on my power plant and drop to 40%, my life support will kick off. So I'll know better. You get what I'm saying, right? Like I would know right. I don't do that always, but I have done that before, right? And by the way,
recent thing I wanted to say was in the PvP, one of the recent PvP league matches, there was a team they lost because their guy lost their life support and he ran out of oxygen because he had a rated one on. It was 7 minutes.
Who was that? What fight was that?
Mini Wano.
Well, and in a wing fight, I think things change, right? Because a wing fight can go longer, right, than that 7.5 minutes. But interesting.
Generally, it's already decided by the time you have to learn about life support. The fight's pretty much already decided.
Exactly.
It's in super rare instances like that. Yeah. Where I think it was 1v1 at the end, right?
Yeah. This is literally the only time I've ever seen it happen where it takes a fight. But it's funny.
Okay, so for distributor, this is another one that's really easy. You're going to do charge enhanced super conduits. I will admit I use cluster capacitor quite a bit myself. Super conduits is definitely the meta though, but I'm just kind of explaining because I have cluster on this one, right? This is one of the ones I did very early on, just kind of playing with the two. But super conduits is definitely the way to go.
Recharge rate is always better. Right. If you think about cluster, it gives you a little bit more capacity to the detriment of your recharge rate. But the problem is, unless you're running a super, super high alpha build where it eats all your cap in one shot, the recharge rate comes out ahead all the time.
Yeah. And I wanted to go back quickly and say somebody mentioned, I didn't see the exact comment, but somebody said something about the performance enhanced thrusters. For those that don't know what those are the enhanced performance thrusters. Those are exactly what they sound. They come in only class 2 and 3, and they can only be purchased from Felicity Farseer or Professor Palin. So you have to have either one of those unlocked. You can't even buy them at Jameson and Shinrarta. You can only buy them at those two engineers. And they can be engineered, right? I mean, just like any other module. And depending on the ship, with a enhanced performance thruster, you can get an Imperial Eagle totally gutted and stripped to 932 meters a second. I think is the current max. But yeah. So if you I run those on Sidewinder, anything that runs a class 2 or 3 thruster, depending, is they are a good option for them. Sensors. Well, yeah, let's not get into too much detail. Yeah, let's not go into it. So sensors, generally I run D-rated lightweight. You could certainly make the argument for A-rated for a bounty hunting ship so that you can, because you don't want to cut your range from 8 kilometers, down to 5, or what is it, 10 to 5, whatever it is. And lightweight will further reduce that. But the way I look at it is my scanner range is longer than my firing range anyway. So I can't hit stuff beyond that range. I'd rather it be lighter, faster, better jump range, faster boost, more maneuverable. I would just choose the lighter over the longer range on a small ship. On a big ship, personally, like on my bounty hunting vet, I run an A-rated long range sensor on it so I can see shit at 13 kilometers because I don't care about the weight. But would you agree, Ryan? What do you run here?
I always run D-rated lightweight. That's a real easy way to save some tons.
Yeah.
And squeeze a little bit of speed out. I mean, there are some builds where, I have a gunship build where I run A-rated long range, but that's for very specific purposes.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep. And there again, there's always those outliers, right? Let's jump to our optionals. We're going to start with the shield. We're running a bi-weave because this is a mixed bi-weave hull tank build, so you're never going to run an A-rated on this because our recharge time is what we're looking for. I shouldn't say never. Rules of thumbs here. But we're going to run a bi-weave with enhanced, excuse me. All right, this one again, this is, I got to transfer it over here. I just went and engineered one. I need to get it off my ass. Let me grab it real quick. You're going to run thermal resist with fast charge, again, as the general. Ryan, agree, disagree? When would you do things like enhanced low power?
It very much depends on the ship. So fast charge on an FDL on some smaller ships. Generally, if the distributor can handle it, you want fast charge. If it can't handle it, or if the ship requires more pips to be in engines or weapons, and you can't spare them in systems, you can use low draw. Low draw. So like I'll use low draw on my chieftain, because you can on a chief, if it's cracked, you can get basically 100% rebuilt off of a full cap if you use low draw. If you use fast charge, you're gonna hit the edge, and if you're not paying attention, you can lose a couple of seconds.
Sure.
Of your shield.
There's another place.
It very much depends.
Well, there's another place where I've used enhanced low power, and that is with. I guess I did take it off. That's with.
There's a difference here. Between enhanced low power and the low draw experimental.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say is the one place that you're right. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. With enhanced low power, the one place that I've used enhanced low power in the past has been on my DBS or any sort of Thargoid battleship, right? Or, combat ship, because Thargoids don't, they do absolute damage. So doing a thermal resistance upgrade on a shield gen is going to do me absolutely no good. Right. So I've done either reinforced or enhanced low power on something, again, like a DBS that was really low powered anyway, for exactly the reasons you just said. Right. But for the most part, you're going to want to do thermal with fast charge. Right.
Yep.
All right. Then
my general rule of thumb for deciding whether to put low draw or fast charge on is if the distributor is the same size as your shield generator or smaller, you typically want low draw.
Oh, okay. That's good rule of thumb.
Some
I like
people
that.
run fast charge on the same size, but
I like that. Yeah.
See what you like.
Then for a straight up bounty hunting ship where we don't need a fuel scoop or anything like that, we're going to fill out the rest of our optional with hull and module reinforcements on something this small. I generally like to run 2 module reinforcements. While they don't stack, the first one gives you 60%, the second one gives you 80% boost. Is that right? I think that's right. They, as one module reinforcement dies, the other one continues on, that kind of thing. So I like having 2 when I can. Something with this little space, obviously I'm not going to give that up. So we're going to run 2 class 3. We're going to run heavy duty deep plate on those. Again, that's pretty much always what you're going to run for hull reinforcements, save for, remember that thermal hull that we had from the main armor. Here's where I have my thermal resistant reflective plating to fix that hole, resistance hole. Okay, so we needed that one to help that. I want to say in Ryan's first build, he had like an interdictor on here, which you might use if you needed it, or if you were doing PvP with it, you might need an interdictor. You might need that if you're going to go pirating, things like that. But if we're just going straight bounty hunting, we can just, max ourselves out. Then for this build, if you are going to go traveling with it, as painful as it is to jump with a class 2 fuel scoop, I would put a class 2 fuel scoop instead of the module reinforcement, because those are generally easy to find. Like you get to your station, then you store your fuel scoop, you buy a module reinforcement there, and then you go about your business, right? You won't always get those, but they are, you will find them, right? Let's see. I'm going to go to utilities second to last, because for this build, that's going to be pretty straightforward. We could do an entire video on utilities. I don't want to go into that much detail with stuff, other than to say for this build, we're going to do double chaff, especially for bounty hunting. That's going to keep a whole lot of enemy fire off of you. Having 2 chaff launchers is much more, it's more about being able to fire them in rapid succession than it is having 15 in this case, because they're both max ammo. Having 15 over 30, it's really more about firing them off more quickly. Would you agree, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
With double chaff, if you've engineered it, you can have basically 100% uptime. with your chaff as long as you pay attention to when you need to fire it.
Yep.
It's on small ships like that, the chaff will help you avoid more damage than a shield shield booster will add.
Yep.
By a pretty significant margin too.
Yeah. Some ships, depending on what I'm doing, I might run a heat sink or even 2 heat sinks, depending on the build. But I think that gets a little more advanced or very specific duties. If you're just doing straight bounty hunting like we're doing in something small, Ryan's exactly right. These 2 chaff launchers will serve you much better than a shield booster, right? Only in PvP would I outfit anything different because you're going to come up against so much fixed. But shit, sometimes then I even keep 1 or 2 chaff launchers just because you don't know what you're coming up against, right? And finally, let's go to our hard points. Probably the biggest thing, and I did not finish one of these. It was one thing I didn't do, so let me buy this. But we're going to go the typical meta of multi-cannons and pulse lasers. We want to go with the multi-cannons. We're going to go with overcharge blueprint on both of them. That's another that is very, very meta. What else would you guys? I mean, I've done lightweight before on one when I was doing like a really fast kind of build, but that was very specialized. What else?
You could do long range.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking, but the jitter's got to still be really terrible though at that range.
I don't think there's jitter on it, is there?
Well, but I mean, there's still going to be variability in the projectile. You know what I'm saying, right? Like it's
all about the shot speed increase. The shot speed increase with long range. A lot of people, well, not a lot, but there are several people who will run long range incendiary.
Okay.
And take full advantage of that to.
Yeah, and for those that don't realize, the big benefit to long range is it removes your damage drop off. Okay, so
that's with lasers.
Is it not also with
So it does with multi-cannons too, but the big advantage with multi-cannons is that it increases your
I was
the speed of the shot.
Yep, I was just about to say that. You just cut me off before I got there. It's the speed. Oh, that's okay. It's the speed of the projectile, which is also true of cannons and plasma accelerators when you use either focused or long range, right? And you're right, because now that the actual round is reaching the target in double the speed, right? In half the time, you're going to land shots a lot better. And again, it removes that damage drop off, right? So if you're hitting things, if you're picking at somebody at 3 kilometers with a non-long range weapon, you're not doing any damage to them. But with a long range weapon, now all of a sudden you are, right? So but again, would we all agree that overcharged is the standard that you're going to do?
Pretty much for multi cannons, it's overcharged is a very easy one to just throw on everything.
Yep.
So I've seen those where people use on like cutters and corvettes to have a few efficients if they're running a lot of.
Exactly. Now we're getting to really out the exactly. We're talking to your standard bounty hunter build, right?
Especially on gimbal multi-cannon.
Exactly. Right. So in a minute, I thought I had time to do this one, guys. I'm sorry I didn't. So I'm just not going to worry about that one for tonight. I'll go do it later. And I'm going to remote workshop these 2. Actually, I think I brought these over. Hold on. And then for our 2 smalls, we're going to do 2 pulse lasers. I prefer pulse lasers to burst lasers in this case because of the lower distributor and power draw. And for small ship like this, distributor draw is definitely going to be a concern. And for those, I went with, because I greatly prefer it, I did go with long range on these. And I went with that for a couple reasons. For me, if I'm bounty hunting and I've now got that, they're barely at my range, I can at least hit them to aggro them to get them to come to me, right? That's why on bigger ships, I like running a single small missile rack high cap so I can fire a single missile to aggro a target if I choose to, right? And so that's why I like it on these, especially when they're fixed. We touched on a little bit ago micro gimbling. For those that don't know, what micro gimbling is when we'll show this a little later, but when you get in your ship and you select a sub target, your weapon, your fixed weapon will do this tiny micro, little bit of gimbling so that when you're at a pretty good range, call it 2 to 4 kilometers is maybe the sweet spot, guys. At that range, micro gimbling is going to help you hit that specific module a lot easier than you would think. Especially that's how these guys snipe out power plants and stuff with rail guns, right? It's with that micro gimbling.
Yeah, it lets you know when you're actually on target for a module.
Ryan, why don't you tell them about what I would think the second most common mod for pulse laser would be, which would be efficient. Would we agree?
Yeah, and so the endless debate is which one is better, and it depends on your combat style. If you're gonna face tank, Like if you're gonna get really up close to your enemies, generally inside of a click, your efficient is better. If you're new, I would still recommend efficient because generally new people don't pip manage well enough to truly take advantage of long range. But long range is better if you're fighting outside of a kilometer. If you plan on using them potentially in PvP, long range is always better. There are, like I said, there's a couple of edge cases where you're going to want to run different stuff, but those are the two main ones. Don't overcharge. Don't. What else is available on those? Let me see what else is out
there. Overcharge focus, short range. There's a lot for pulse lasers.
Rapid fire can work.
Rapid fire can lightweight.
You've got a big enough distro to support it. Rapid fire is good. It can be fun.
For fun, I did rapid fire cyto scramblers.
With kinetic.
Yes, with inertial impact. Oh my god, dude! It looks like the 20th Century Fox like slideshow. It's ridiculous, right? Oh, it's so ridiculous.
I ran a FAS build for a while using phasing rapid fire pulse lasers.
Oh, that's got to be pretty brutal. Yeah. Okay.
We did that. We did that before they nerfed phasing.
Phasing.
Full phasing, rapid fire phasing conda.
Oh,
like
God.
A full tank rapid fire phasing conda. And I mean, that was back when people would fly like these paper plane FTLs.
Sure.
And so you just evaporate. It did like twice the amount of damage that it does now. Like you would legitimately kill ships through their shields.
Yeah. There's a few other quick things that I want to just throw in with builds before we'll talk about fire groups, module priorities, and then we'll go do some shooting. But the quick things I want to talk about, I don't know if this is what somebody was talking about, but it's a little talk about cost, about, I think, ships and modules in general. And one thing I want to caution everybody of, if you see, you're eyeing that next ship, let me just look at the list here. You want to buy what's some kind of expensive? The Python, all right? You see that Python's 47 million, and man, you're working to that Python and you get yourself to 50 million. You cannot afford the Python still. Okay. Yeah. So don't make the mistake of buying and flying an E-class or horribly outfit ship. It's in my opinion, it's a significantly worse experience than flying a slightly less expensive yet properly outfit ship, right? Like, so let's say that I'm making a number up here. Let's say a Vulture is, I think a Vulture base is probably about 8 million, something like that. Let's call it 10 because I know it's not that much. I would much rather fly a fully A-rated Vulture, which is about 20. Much rather fly that than this E-rated Python at 47 if I can't afford to upgrade anything, right? So realize that when you go to buy a ship, it's generally going to be, if it's a combat ship, somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 times the base cost of the ship, right? If I remember right, a fully done Python with reactive hull is 250 or 300 million, something out like that. And it's not, Icky just made the point, he said, listen, max out that siding before you upgrade. And that's not necessarily true then, okay? So with the Sidewinder, when you're moving up to, say, the Viper or the Cobra, would you say the Viper's probably the next one to go to if you're doing combat, guys?
Yeah.
I like the Cobra as a more general. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Multi-role.
The Cobra is substantially more expensive than the Sidewinder.
It is.
I mean, than the Viper.
Yeah.
A bigger power plant.
Yeah, exactly. It's one class bigger of all the core stuff, right?
But
so
its distributor hard points are the same, so you
yeah.
don't get that much more.
So I would say, Ryan and I were talking about this before we started tonight because he just got a new account and he's doing the standard of take a Sidewinder, go bounty hunting, earn yourself about 2.5 million, then outfit that Sidewinder for exploration. Not fully A-rated, but you're, mostly A-rated FSD, certainly, right? Fuel scoop, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Use that to make enough to get yourself to a Type 6. Get that Type 6 with an A-rated FSD, jump it out to Rabigo, earn yourself to then whatever you want, a Python and Anaconda, keep going, right? But those cases, you don't necessarily have to max those out. Combat or non-combat ships don't necessarily have to be maxed out to be enjoyed. Combat ships do. Don't fly an E-rated combat ship. First video I ever put on this channel was me killing a cutter with my Cobra 3. And one of the things he said to me afterwards, a really nice guy it turned out, was that he all of a sudden decided, wait a minute, fuck this little Cobra. I'm in a cutter. Like, this thing is awesome. I just bought, like, he'd wanted this cutter forever. He literally bought it like an hour before and had just had enough money to put weapons on it. So everything on it was E-rated. Okay.
In the wrong neighborhood.
Right. And now, to his credit, he never jumped away. Right? You know, because he easily could have waked on me. Right? No, he could have easily.
Probably
He just said he figured, what the hell? Right? He couldn't believe he was about to get his ass kicked by this little Cobra and had to see what would happen. Which I think he had a great attitude about it, right? God, I wish more people felt that way. But anyway, so to the point that I'm making about ships and outfitting and buying modules and stuff is, don't rush. I say this to a lot of people. Would you buy a Ferrari and put donut tires on it and a Honda 4-cylinder under the hood because you couldn't afford the engine and the tires for it? Of course not.
Yes.
Well, some people might. And some people might do that in Elite, right? But you know what? Driving that Ferrari would suck compared to driving a 488, right? So okay. So now that I'm outfit, let's quickly talk about fire groups and module priorities. Great thing about this build is you got 2 fire groups. You got lasers, you got multi-cannons. Very simple. Put them whichever one you want. Modules, I've got a video on power priorities. There's a lot of different ways to do this. I'm very quickly going to run through the way that I think about power. If you guys want to chime in and disagree with me anyway, let me know. But the way that I do it, I use all 5 levels. So number 1 is what keeps me alive. Must have. 2 is defenses. 3 is weapons. 4 is frame shift drive. 5 is everything else. So if I go through, my shield is 2. Multi-cannons are 3. Cargo hatch is 5. Notice you can't put something on 5 until something else is on 4. So just quickly, I'm going to put distributor on 4 so I can put cargo hatch on 5. Or I could just turn it off straight up. Distributor, I put that on 3 because I think that's part of my offensive systems. Quick thing to those that don't know, if you set your pips to something, like right now mine are at 240, and turn your distributor off, your pips stay in that setting. More importantly, if you had no pips like I right now in weapons and my distributor was destroyed, I would never get energy back in weapons. So that can be a blessing on like on an exploration ship where you've got really low power requirements. You might not have enough power to run your distributor, but that's fine. While you're docked, set it to where you want it on an exploration ship. It's going to be 240 and then just power it off and don't ever worry about it. Right? You might have to check it, power it on and off, and reset it every now and then, but for the most part, that's how. So I put my distributor on 3 because I think of that as offensive. You could put it on 1 if you really wanted to. You probably have the room for it. Frame shift drive, I always put that on 4, and the reason I put it on 4 is because with this method, if I deploy my hard points, assuming I definitely have enough power for groups 1, 2, and 3, so for my weapons, if I have enough power also for my frame shift drive, it stays on, but if I don't, it turns off. So it's kind of puts it in that limbo zone. Some people absolutely want their frame shift drive on priority 1, so they can always escape. Sure, nothing wrong with that. I'm always going to fight to the death, or at least I'm fine with my frame shift drive being turned off. So that's why I put it on 4. Okay. Pulse lasers 3 because those are weapons. Life support 1. Sensors 1. Chaff 2 because that defensive. And then that's it. If I had a fuel scoop, an SRV bay, those would go on 5. Things like that. Any big disagreements with that, guys?
I mean, the biggest thing is you have to make sure that the stuff like at a minimum, thrusters. I usually keep a countermeasure on priority 1 as well. Like
sure, like a chaff. Sure, that's not a bad idea.
Let me look at my priorities.
And what he's getting at, guys, is you want everything on 1 to be below 40%. Because if your power plant malfunctions, it will only generate 40%. Now, here's the bitch for me. My thrusters are 41%.
So you're stuck. He's gonna spin through space when
exactly. So in this build, in some ways, it would almost make sense to put my thrusters on 3, because if my power plant malfunctioned, at least other things would stay online. Because my thrusters are going to go down anyway, right? I mean, no matter what, I'm going to lose thrusters. At least if I put them on 3 now, stuff on 1 and 2 would at least stay on. So if my shield was charging, my shield would keep charging, right? So we're getting a little too advanced. I just want to kind of make sure everybody kind of understands enough of why the priorities are here, why they're important, and why that 40% is so important. Okay.
Yeah, that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing is keep the stuff that you need to be able to stay alive if someone is still shooting you. All that needs to be priority 1 and under 40%. If you take it under 40%,
it doesn't almost matter.
Don't get your plant shot out.
Right. Or change something in the build. Right.
Yeah.
You know, like I could have monstered this power plant instead of thermal spread if I needed to, and that that would maybe be a reason to monster this one. Now, the odds on me actually losing my plant in this are very, very low, especially in bounty hunting.
I mean, I might shoot at you a little bit, but
I just hit the dock. It's like I'm reading chat while I'm flying out the dock, and I slammed into the dock. God, that's embarrassing.
I love the little correction you try and do right at the end, and it just wasn't.
I know it just wasn't happening, was it?
I need to say,
ooh, that was great.
Maztec trying to dock sometime.
I was gonna say probably looks better than when Maztec tries to land or leave.
Oh my god.
Well, to be fair, you use it's kinetic braking.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put 4 pips, you slam into whatever the fuck's in front of you, and hopefully that stops you enough. And it doesn't do enough damage to kill you.
And so, guys, this is the part, and here in just a second, by the way, in just a moment here, we're going to do the next giveaway. But if you guys would like to join us in Discord for conversation, please do. I just posted the link in. The link's in the description in YouTube and down below in Twitter. Everybody's welcome to come chat with us if you've got questions. I'm doing my best to watch chat. It's a little hard to fly, and like you saw, I just embarrassed myself. But but please come join us here in just a second. We're going to do the giveaway. Oh, and if you guys would like to join us in game at this point, anybody's welcome. We're in open. We're in LHS 20 right now. So if anybody'd like to come join us for bounty hunting, engage us, whatever, please do. We're just now going to go do some straight up normal bounty hunting, okay? And the goal of this part is kind of to talk about some techniques that you guys can use while you're bounty hunting. One of the things that we should have done, actually, damn it, I should have actually almost gone back for it, is a kill warrant scanner. Right, we didn't even talk about that, right? We absolutely should have brought. Well, but we'll talk about it in a second because people are going to use them. They're going to ask about it, so we'll explain that in just a second. Don't let me forget, right? But this would be
only used for kill warrants.
I know some good uses. This is your new. You want to just go make some money. So there's, as we know, let me turn on my filters. Points of interest. Actually, before I continue this explanation, let's start the giveaway. So this is going to be I mentioned before, for a free copy of Elite with Horizons. So a full account for yourself, give it to a friend or enemy. To enter this one, let's see, the last one was hashtag free shit. What do you think? Just give me the game, free game. What do you got?
Hashtag SDC is dead.
Oh, there you go.
DED.
So SDCISDED. That works for me. Let's see. I like that. SDC is dead to enter. And Ent's on Twitch. You're welcome to. Oh, not to ender. I just typoed when I was typing in SDC. Ent, come join us, man, if you want to chat. Okay, so. Everybody start, there we go, perfect. You guys start putting in there here in just a few minutes. Once we kind of are fighting a minute, I'll actually do the drawing here. But pound SDC is dead if you want to earn a full-on free account, right? So while that's going, and I'll keep reminding folks, generally with bounty hunt, or not generally, but with bounty hunting, currently in game, we're not talking about any of the new scenarios and any of the new cool shit, which are going to be valid ways to bounty hunt. But for just regular old normal starter system, you're going to have 4 types of rings, or 4 sorts of resource extraction sites. You can also bounty hunt at nav beacons, but generally you're going to go to resource extraction sites, and they exist only in rings, but not in all rings. Okay, so we have 4 types. We have a low. We have a just resource extraction site. I think the new ones might say medium in the new version, but just if it doesn't say a version, that's medium. High, and then hazardous. The primary difference is hazardous will not have any system authority or cops, where all the others will. When you're new, you want to use those system authority ships to help you defeat your enemies. We're going to get into that in a little bit more, right? Hazardous, high, medium, and low, high, medium, low, then, or all of them rather, relate to the rank and the number of targets that you will get. According to the wiki, a high resource extraction site in a high security system is the best spawn rate for the most valuable targets. Don't know if that's actually true, but that's what the wiki says. Okay, so generally, and I see that Ryan's at a hazardous, which is fine. In fact, Ryan, would you mind if we started at something other than a has real quick?
That's fine.
But just because I want to show, I want to show them essentially how you would basically leech off the cops, right? Yeah. So I'm going to pick the high that's closest, right? So when you guys get to jump, right? So
I frequently also pick the closest high.
That's a good thing to do, isn't it? I might do that a little later tonight. I mean, so we want to pick. I like going to a high site because that way you'll get a number of targets, and as long as you're patient and see what you're going to do in just a second here, you'll get it, right? Okay. As I'm starting to drop, again, guys, hashtag SDC is dead to enter to win a full account plus Horizons. So get your entries in. When I drop, and I've got my beacon on, guys. When I drop, we'll do the giveaway. If you'd like to come join us for bounty hunting, if you'd like to come chat, hey, Ent, I see Ent joined us.
What's up?
How's it going, buddy?
I could use that account, to be honest.
Hey, you're.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about that the other day.
I saw that you entered.
I forgot to buy an alt on the sale.
Oh, is the sale over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that I've seen that every several months, so it'll come up again, everybody. Okay, I just dropped, so one more chance, everybody. All right. Here we go. Oh, good. I was kind of hoping somebody from I just read it wrong, from Twitch would win. Ooh, I'm going to get this wrong. Cyngve, Cynggve, is our winner. So congratulations. Either a second account for yourself, or if you want to, if you have a friend or enemy, you are. And just reach out to me on. Hey, good, he's online too. I never have anybody online. I always do giveaways where people can kind of like register beforehand, and I always, they're never here when they win. So, reach out to me, Cynggve, maybe also tell me if I'm pronouncing your name even closely correct. Ping me on Discord. Just PM me from our Discord. Links all over the place. Second account. Okay, great. So you can get to Colonia. That's a great. I've got a guide for exploration that also talks about quick starting like a secondary account. So if that's what you want that account for, it's like all my videos. It's short. So go give that one a watch. I think you'll get something out of it. But congrats. And I've got a couple more of those to give away, guys. So for the next couple live streams, we're going to be doing more of that, all the way up to leading up to when Chapter 4 launches. I'm going to be giving away a Logitech G29 racing wheel. I know that doesn't fit Elite that well, but hey, Logitech gave me a free wheel, so I want to give it away to you guys. So, okay, so back in. As you see, these gentlemen have already engaged.
This guy literally dropped and just started shooting me.
What is it, an NPC or a human?
NPC.
Oh, I was going to say, there's not a human here, is there? Okay. For a minute, I was like, what? Okay, so Ryan, and did he start shooting you first and the cops didn't engage first?
I was just sitting.
Interesting. Let's go.
And
okay,
NPCs, man. You
so
see that shit?
for the purpose of this, guys, we're going to kind of consider, to a large degree, he was worth 200 credits. Wow.
Yeah, because he shot me.
Oh, that's okay. Gotcha. We're going to consider Ryan and Ding kind of like system authority, right? So they're going to kind of be like cops, right? We do have a human here.
Ooh.
JT7, cool. Novice Viper, Viper 3, perfect.
That sounds like a griefer name, doesn't it?
Should we ask him to join us?
It looks like a pinata to me.
Oh, Ding says he knows him. Let's see if you want to. Okay, so the point here, though, this is a great example. Though you see the fight going on in front of me right now. So generally, what you're going to do is you're going to look for these fights, okay, and you want to then engage just before the target dies. As long as you get a shot in before the target dies, you get the bounty. Okay, if you're now with another human here, it's a little different, and that's why we don't need to steal targets from this guy. Did somebody just get wanted? I saw System Authority. So. I'm gonna just toss him in wing invite and see if he takes it or not. Okay, so we got the kill, so all three of us got the full bounty, but because he wasn't in our wing, he didn't get any bounty, which is why, being nice, you wouldn't just start stealing someone's kills at a res, but you know. There's not much he can do about it if he doesn't like it, but he's welcome to join us if he wants to. So now, okay, so we see these cops just open fire on another target. Where is it? There it is. So we see this little eagle. So you don't have to wait anymore to make sure it's wanted before you fire, but I still do. Get a few shots in, and now that I've got those few shots in before he dies, I will get this full bounty. So when you're new and you don't have a lot of skill, you don't have a lot of ship, you don't know what you're doing, with a base Sidewinder, you could go make a couple million credits an hour bounty hunting. You just have to be patient. You cycle through the targets, you find when somebody's shooting at somebody, and before that target dies, get a shot in on it, and you're good. And that's really all there is to it. Okay? It's that patience that I think really screws people up. In terms of, like, they come early, they want to shoot at everything, they just can't hold it, right? They just have to shoot at everything, right?
Is that a battle beluga?
I don't know. I keep seeing a beluga. I didn't look at the hard points on it, but I did see it several times.
I to fly battle belugas except you.
I don't think I've ever seen them in a res.
We lost let him see you.
I think it left. I don't see it anymore. One quick thing, because I noticed materials floating around. If you guys are searching for materials and you're, from blowing up ships and such, you have to get at least one shot on the target for it to spawn a material. So just be aware of that, right? Another thing Ryan touched on earlier that I think is one of the big keys for all combat pilots when you're new and you're learning, one of the biggest skills, and I've said this to a number of people who kind of gave me a little, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Then later said, oh my God, I finally watched that video and learned it. And it was the best thing I've ever learned in Elite, and that is pit management. Okay? So if you're going to be lazy and you're going to leave them at 222, fine. If you're going to be lazy, you probably want to leave them at 402. For those that don't know, 4 pips in shields or in systems makes them 2.6 times stronger than no pips. So if you're taking fire, you want pips in your shields. Okay? Well, right now, I need pips in weapons. So I've set up for myself personally a number of macros that let me very quickly switch between different pip types, different styles, where my energy is, so that in a fight I can very quickly move to any type of pip level I need. If I need energy in my engines, energy in my weapons, wherever I need it, I can get it there quickly. And being very active about that pip management, I mean, I can't recommend. Holy shit, he was expensive. I can't recommend that enough. I can't beat that into people's heads enough. Ryan, I assume you completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I actually don't know what I'm agreeing to. I wasn't paying attention.
Awesome. Just proper pit management, right? That I don't know about
pit management.
Yeah, I don't know about you. Do you? Go ahead.
It's the single most important thing that you can do outside of outfitting your ship properly. Is managing your pips. I've seen people with perfectly built ships absolutely get shit on because they can't manage their pips.
Yep.
And they perma pip, or they put their pips and then they never move them.
Yep.
Or they've got them set incorrectly and it's just super suboptimal. I mean, you have to actively manage your pips. Just setting 222 or 402 is a quick way to lose your ship.
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't know
just
what you're
it's
doing.
just not enough, right? I get in the habit where, and so for me, I have macros set up on my throttle, so I can, I don't have to move my hands anywhere. They're right where my hands are when I'm in combat, right? I think that's the best way. You want to be able to very quickly, get to either the base 4, if you're going to run a shielded ship, is going to be 402. 420. So in other words, you got everything in shields, and then a little in, 2 in engines, or 2 in weapons. Then you've got 2 in shields, and then 4 in engines or 4 in weapons, right? So those are the 4 basic ones that, to me, that if all of a sudden I hear I'm taking fire, bam, I've got 4 pips in systems, or hopefully before I'm taking fire. If I boost and now I know I need to get back some in my engine capacitor, I'll pop to full pips in engines real quick. And then if I go to attack, like this guy right now, I'm going to go full pips into weapons for a second. And I didn't even get a shot on him, right?
Oh, it's satisfying to land.
Then, if right
wave
now,
already.
oh yeah, if right now I needed to get something back to my engines, I would put it back to where I needed to refill while I'm looking for the next target, right? So I just cannot get over enough how important and how much to stress pip management, right? It's and I also do very, very adamantly think using some sort of macro for it is the way to go, right? Trying to sit here, especially like, cause I have it on my thumb at my stick, trying to manually, oh wait, no, I want it here. Shit, no, I got to get weapons. I want it. I want one button where I can just know exactly where they're going to be, and they're always perfect.
Ooh,
And I think about it less. Oh, who you got?
Wanted Conda.
Oh, I see him.
Crashed. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay, no problem.
You're good.
Tell me when you're back in. I'll add you back in.
I'll be back like in 2 hours. Though.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. If anybody wants to join us for bounty hunting, for anything really,
How far away is it from the CG?
It's a decent clip.
I don't know. We're in LHS,
LHS
20.
20.
Yeah, which is it's only 80 from Santu, but I haven't been to the CG yet, so I don't know. Another quick thing for those that don't know, if your target chaffs, like you'll see this guy will chaff on me here. Well, we'll probably kill him before he does. But there he goes. If he chaffs, you can untarget him, which then returns your gimbaled weapon to a fixed weapon and continue to fire. So you don't have to, just because you're using gimbals, you can still continue to fire those weapons if you choose, right? See this FDL? Yep. So again, here's where, guys, patience would come in. I would not fire on this guy until the NPCs do, which they just did. Now, those are such bigger targets than me. I can take a few shots on him with very little risk of him shooting back. And if I do this right, I will never take a shot, let alone damage or risk. Right? Agree, Ryan?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You should be able to.
That's the way to farm.
Yeah.
Res site when
you're new. Yep. You should be able to, in a Sidewinder, earn 1 million credits in a res with no shields and never have taken a single shot. Good God, he was valuable. As long as you don't go to a hazardous. Now, a hazardous can be a fun place when you are more advanced because you won't have any backup, right? You are going to get more advanced, bigger ships, higher ranked, things like that, right? But early on, when you care more about learning the skill and earning credits, this is the way you want to do it. And you want to not watch chat and pay attention to my own pips while I'm telling people to do it. They'll do as I say, not as I do, right? And guys, you can use any sort of macroing engine to do that, whatever's going to send keystrokes, however way you want to do it. I do use voice attack for it. So there are a lot of different ways to do it. The video that I did on pip management talks about creating a voice attack macro for it. It's pretty fast the way it goes through it because it's not meant as a voice attack tutorial, just as a hey, you should do this kind of tutorial.
And you can set up voice attack just to do the pip macros, but without using your voice also, right?
That's right. In fact, the way that I do it, voice attack can monitor 2 different joystick devices. So voice attack monitors my throttle, and so that way the buttons on my throttle on one of my hats are what execute those voice attack macros. right? So yeah, voice attack, think of voice attack more as a macroing engine than it is a voice engine. It's just a macroing engine that happens to take voice input, right? So I use, because I use voice attack a lot, but I don't use it at all with my voice, right? We should talk a little bit, I think, about gimbaled versus fixed versus turreted, to be concise here. The reason we went with fixed on the lasers is hit scan weapon, so very much easier to hit, because of that hit scan when they're fixed. And then gimbaled with the multis because they are harder, to hit with if they're fixed. That tracking generally will do more damage for us than if we were fixed on a ship like this or a skill level like this. Of course, there are there are different rules to that too, but I think we would pick this because this is a very good beginner build to move you toward fixed. Fixed does roughly 30% more damage than gimbaled, which does roughly 30% more damage than turreted. In short, never use turreted. There are reasons to use it for very advanced builds on large ships with very special effects and things like that. But for the most part, leave the turrets at home. I've heard people say, oh, well, I use turrets on my Anaconda or Type 10 or insert large ship here because I get more time on target that way and they can track it better. No, bullshit. You will get more time on target because turrets also have a jitter or whatever they want to call it where they miss a lot. And because they do so much less damage, you don't want to use turrets. You want to use fixed.
And they use a lot of power.
And they cost a shit ton more, right?
Yeah.
There is virtually no on a small ship like this. Absolutely not, right? Never would you use turrets on a Viper, right? Maybe on a large class ship. There are reasons for it and stuff, but not for what we're doing today. Certainly not.
Most of the time when people think turrets are giving them enough uptime, it's because of a failure on some other part.
That's right. There's something else they don't understand. There's something else they're doing wrong. There's something else. And, I've had people say back to me, well, you know what? I just like the sci-fi of everything doing its thing and it feel for immersion. Well, all right. Fair enough, right? It's your game. Play the way you want it. But if you want meta, you want effective, you want the damage, you want to kill your target, because that's what we're bounty hunting for, leave the turrets at home. Right, just don't do it. Let's see. Do we want to go? Should we head to a conflict zone, right? And kind of, show a little. Oh, what a great name, Derek Spangles. By the way, have you guys noticed all the new NPC names in the beta? There's a lot of new NPC names in the beta. A lot of new crazy stuff. At least I think they are, right? Like there's stuff that I've never. So again, guys, like right now you see that this guy was chaffing. Well, if I want, I can untarget him and then fire my, didn't work very well like then. I can fire my multi-cannon fixed if I choose to. So that can be, again, a very good thing to do if you're flying with gimbals. Because really, if your goal is to be, if your goal is to get to the skill level of the guys that are with me, Ryan, Mage, these, and the top tier, the top level, I should say, top level PvP pilots, right? The skills exactly. The skills you're going to have to learn are what we're talking about. It's going to be pit management. It's going to be time on target. We haven't even talked about FA off. We'll hit on that in just a quick second. But it's going to be things specifically getting good with fixed, right? So trying to and quickly moving to weapons like plasma accelerators, maybe cannons, things like that are frag cannons, things that are a little harder to use but do so much more damage when used effectively, right? By the way, Ryan, what build are you in right now?
I'm in a meta FDL.
Engineered?
So it's engineered. It's three boosters. So it's 2 resistance boosters, 1 HD booster. I got shield cell banks.
Class 4?
3 PAs.
Class 4 shield or class 5?
C5.
Okay.
It's 3 PAs, 2 rails. It's not ideal for bounty hunting at all, but
sure, because of and that's the thing. Like when you're getting ready to get good and you start moving to PAs and rails, it's great to go bounty hunting with them for practice, but they're gonna actually suck for that because of your limited ammo capacity. That's gonna be the worst part, right? Without that you really, and the video I'm working on, the Viper 3, one of the things I point out in it is you could just go with 2 more fixed pulse lasers, an all pulse laser build, and never have to worry about rearming. That's a great way to do a bounty hunting build. I just really enjoy multi-cannons, to be blunt with you, right?
Multi-cannons are so much fun.
They are. They're just a blast, right?
To be honest, if you're just doing pure PvE, stacking up just a bunch of gimbal multi-cannons is probably probably the best build you can get.
That's a great way to do it too.
There's nothing
right?
like overcharged gimbal multis.
Yep.
Throw in a couple incendiary and you're good.
Okay, so now, so Lalande 6320. Did you see that, Ryan? Right next door. It's in War.
Yep, I'm gonna go rearm real quick.
Okay, great. I'm pretty good on. Yeah, I'm good enough on ammo that I'm just gonna go ahead and head over there. But yeah, again, since he's running PAs and rails, there's no way, right? And the last thing you want to do is burn a synthesis for bounty hunting, right?
I don't even sense for PvP, so I will definitely not do it.
Oh shit! I hit the wrong goddamn jump. And forgive me, guys. I've missed a little. I see the chat's going great. I hope that I see that you guys are having a good conversation there. I don't know if I've missed anything. Again, if you guys want to come join us in Discord, please do. Let me paste that link in. Let me paste in a bunch of stuff. These are the build guides. Here's the build of the Viper I'm running right now. And then I'll post in the build guides, which actually, you know what? I don't need to. They're down in the description, in the top section of Twitch. The guides that, and great, Signa, our winner, forgive me for your name. I see that you pinged me in Discord. That's great, buddy. I will ping you after the stream, and we'll work out getting you your prize. Okay, good. And there's a conflict zone, by the way, 220 light seconds away. So we'll head there. Do you want to go to a high, or should we start with there's only a high here, so never mind. We'll go to the high.
There's no real difference, I don't think.
There's not much, certainly, right? And I think there were some questions somebody asked about, let's see, is the Crate Phantom the best exploration ship now? I don't think so.
It's quite good. Actually.
It's quite good, yes. Well, it depends on what you define as best. It might, we'll have to see between it and the ASP. The thing I like about the ASP is the cockpit, right? Well, the cockpit on the Crate is also great. Don't get me wrong. The thing that I love so much about the ASP cockpit is the visibility down below your feet. And so if you're a VR player flying the ASP in VR for exploration, I would choose that over the Phantom. But the fact that the Phantom is probably, actually, I think they're about the same speed when it comes to boost. They're very similar in that. So time will have to tell. I can't remember the jump range on the Phantom maxed out. It's pretty close.
Maxed out, it's about the same as an ASP.
Yeah, okay.
If I ever go exploring again, I'll probably take a Crate Phantom.
See, and you know what, the one that actually for me that I built, so I use an ASP as my run around, collect materials, do engineering tasks ship, right? I've started using a standard Crate for that since I can bring a fighter with me, right? And that's what I like about exploring in a standard Crate, because then I have that fun little run around kind of ship in, right? Which is arguably why the Anaconda is so good at it. I just fucking hate the Anaconda. Right. The Anaconda is my least favorite ship in the game.
I've grown to love the Anaconda.
Oh, God, I hate it.
I've grown to like it. So, look, let me preface this by saying that I absolutely despise big ships in fighting, but you cannot beat it for engineering, for gathering mats.
You're totally right. You're totally right. You're totally right about that. But you know what? I still don't like using it for that because of the maneuverability. It's just such a clunking slug to fly around.
The other advantage of doing that with the Anaconda is stacking 7 frag cannons. And when you happen to see someone else who's gathered materials,
you just zap them.
And they're dead in one shot.
John Rain's engineering conda has killed more people than probably 90% of the player base.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. For me, my biggest 2 hates of the Anaconda, the first somewhat irrational one is the view from the bridge, specifically in VR, right? I hate it. But that's very personal. And then 2 is for using it for tasks like jumping around to engineer stuff or gather mats or go to the material traders. The ASP is just so much more fun. Like mine boosts to like 570, right? So it's actually legitimately kind of fun to fly it if I want to fly for a little bit. right? And it just has enough space for a 64-ton cargo rack, a fuel scoop, a Guardian booster, a collector, all the shit that I need. Especially now that we don't have to run advanced discovery scanners anymore, right? It just got that much better. So those are why I don't like the Anaconda. But you're absolutely right in that bringing the Anaconda for engineering, since it's got huge hard points, class 7 optionals and 8 utilities. I mean, right? You've got room to build to do anything, right?
Yep.
The DBX is good for errands
honestly,
too. It's just
I don't even shoot stuff with it. It's literally just for because you can gather modules or you can gather mats. You can be a full pacifist with that. You don't have to kill anything to get anything anymore.
Yep. And I've got mine's called like the Jumptastic or something, right? Because same thing, right? I have one that for tasks like that, I will use it. It's just if I can, I prefer to use the ASP. So okay, so I just dropped into a high intensity conflict zone. These are going to work a little different in chapter 4. It's actually pretty slick with the new scenarios. I think the way it presents it to you when you jump in is so much more intuitive. It's a lot more fun. Have you guys done that? Ryan Mage, have you guys checked that? Oh, they're really cool. In fact, I'm almost tempted to. Where are you in beta, Ryan? We're probably too far apart. That's not that far. It's up to you. If you're going to play for a while, they're really fun. Well, here's the question. Do you want to jump into beta and do a scenario, or do you want to stay in this and just do a conflict zone?
Fuck it, let's do a scenario.
Okay, I was hoping you were going to say that.
It's something game I've never done.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to say that, and they're really fun.
Combat log right now.
And thank you, Mags. I appreciate it. I did combat log, didn't I? Mags, thank you very much, my friend. I really do appreciate it, buddy. It means a lot. It's also interesting. Like when I first started this, like I would hear streamers specifically, like when they started streaming, they're like, "Oh, hey, I know you, and hey, you're there," and like saying thanks to people that joined up. And I was like how cheesy. Like, there's no way you don't really know those people. And then you start to realize, God, after you do this for a long time, you really do get to know. As soon as comments come in, I always know who's going to be first or who's going to be, I always recognize people's avatars now and stuff before I even read their comments.
Yeah.
And I do read and try to reply to just about every comment I get. Actually, tell me actually there's a couple hundred people watching. Let's see what everybody thinks. I've thought about I've seen a couple of channels do things like this, and I can't decide if it's really lame or cool. In the end screen that nobody watches anyway, right? But the end screen where you can click on other videos and stuff, at the bottom of it, showing like funny comments from between the last video and this video. Do you guys think that kind of shit when channels do that is lame, or is it kind of cool?
I go back and forth.
And I kind of do too. And I'm thinking like I would pick a handful, like I would certainly, any mean comments would almost certainly make it there because I do get so few. And when I do get them, they crack me up most of the time. Right. So, if it's just like, I wouldn't put like, "Oh dude, your channel's just the best." Cause I hate shit like that. I mean, you're right. I'm saying, like the really cheesy ones that don't mean anything, right? That nobody gives a rat's ass about. That's why I can't decide if if it's even remotely a good idea or not.
Well, personally, I enjoyed my comments for the passive salt generation.
Gotcha.
Gotta maximize that smiles per gallon.
Absolutely. Okay, so for this build, I think I'm gonna run a PA. I'm gonna bring the Phantom, the Great Phantom. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna bring the Mamba, since it sucks so bad. Because I was kind of liking it. Oh, actually, hold on. Do I need to get?
Let's get a wing going.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, they're different classes.
The Mamba makes me so sad because it looks so nice.
It does look so good
right now.
Okay. Ant, are you joining us?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The Griefer.
If anybody else would like to join us, please, again, everybody's welcome. We'll try to figure out I know there's some scenarios here in LHS 20. There's a couple, the only bummer is they're like 10,000 light seconds away. But they're the installations where you go to the installation and then someone attacks the installation and then you get asked, do you want to join the attackers or do you want to join the defense? And those are pretty fun. Well, okay, so far, yeah, you attack the installation and you blow up its power relays and stuff. but it's been bugged so far. I haven't done it in a little bit, so maybe they fixed it. But it's bugged in that the last power relay you have to kill, you can't kill it. Like it won't take damage, right? Oh, it's
Classic
so
SF.
classic, so classic.
All right, so where are we going to?
So I know those exist in LHS 20. So if we came here, I know they're here. I hate to, tell you guys, hey, come to me. If we can find one in the middle, I'm happy to go,
It's 4
wherever.
jumps for me.
Okay, so not the end of the
On my
world
way.
then. And so again, I'm going off the rules we talked about earlier tonight, guys. You'll see that I'm going to do one thermal reflective plating hull reinforcement on here because I have reactive hull, right? And I'm going to do a Biweave fast charge. I'm using the Guardian module reinforcement, and the reason I'm using it legitimately, unless you guys argue with me, it's better. It's the only of the Guardian stuff that's actually, the shield boosters can be nice, but the Guardian module boost reinforcement is better because it has a higher overall integrity, meaning it will give you
it's a direct upgrade.
Exactly, right? It just takes power draw, which for me right now isn't an issue. So
It can be an issue on a lot of PvP specific ships.
Power draw, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely it can.
Right. What system are we going?
We're going to do LHS 20. Yeah. So because I've got 6 slots on here, I'm going to do 2 heavy duties and 2 resist. Plus that's what I've got available to me. And what do I have for chaff launchers?
Even considering that the improvement that you get from the Guardian module reinforcements, it's probably not worth the grind though.
Oh, that I'm not arguing with, right? That's a whole different conversation, right? That I'm not saying. Yeah. Right. Okay, now for this build,
technically better, but yeah.
Because this is a bounty hunting build, I'm going to bring a beam laser as opposed to a plasma accelerator. Plus, honestly, firing the huge beam laser over your head in VR is really fun.
Gas.
Now I'm trying to decide what to bring for my for the 2 larges. I could bring 2 more beam lasers. This is what I've got engineered right now available. I've got
thermal vent.
Pacify. One is thermal vent, and I've got 2.
No, not efficient thermal vent.
I've got it. What's wrong with that? Is that bad?
It's the worst mod you can use for thermal vent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Thermal vent works based off of the base thermal load of the weapon. So efficient. So basically, the higher the base thermal load, the more heat you can bleed off when you use it. Right. So efficient cuts your base thermal load by like 85%. So it's 85% less effective than a stock beam with thermal load or with thermal vent.
Interesting.
So the best tool for thermal vent is actually lightweight because the
module integrity doesn't hurt you too bad.
No, I mean I use it in a PvP build. So I have an FDL that's 4 long range rails and a thermal vent beam.
Okay.
Dumb build.
So basically, it is disgusting against prismatic FDLs.
Okay.
13th in WoW.
Well, so let me ask you this then: would you, for what we're doing right now, rather than an efficient thermal vent huge beam, would you pick, again, this is what I've got available, a huge long range phasing pulse laser? I know you would normally go all phasing. That's pretty much it. That's all I've got. I've got a plasma, and I've got an efficient a huge efficient TLB plasma accelerator.
Well, you have another pulse right below that one.
Oh, they're both the same. They're both long range phasing. Gotcha. Yeah. It's for a Corvette build.
Bring the PA. We're doing high skill builds here.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay,
fair enough. So then I'll do all efficient PAs and rails then. Although rails don't work on the Mamba on those front 2. You don't want to run 2 rails because the convergence is so wide on it. You can't hit shit with both of them. Have you guys noticed that? It's awful, isn't it?
Mamba is basically DOA.
It really is. I'm just flying it. I'm just flying it right now because it's pretty and it's a new cockpit to look around in. But you are totally right. It is. I can't find what it does. Like what is it good for? Like what's it like? The FDL. Well, the FDL is the gentleman's bounty hunter, right? So if it's the gentleman bounty hunter, what is this? The gentleman or the luxury? It looks like a yacht.
A piece of shit.
It's for running away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that you
For
can run
flying
away.
backwards.
Right? I guess. So to finish out my build,
French
guys, I'm going to run 2 more. Oh, wait. Are these folk? Oh, shit. I don't want to read those. Never mind. I'm glad I looked.
The biggest thing is I hear people complain about with the Mamba is people complain all the time about the heat on the Mamba. It's like, that's not the issue. There's tons of other issues with Mamba. You can work around the heat, though. That's for sure.
That's one issue.
Yeah, it's one issue.
The
Right.
issue.
Right.
But, I mean,
Well, they
could
fixed
make
the Mamba.
heat
They
the
fixed the
best
heat
game,
issue.
and it-
They fixed the heat issue
Yeah,
with it.
By breaking everything else, because now
Yeah.
it's too slow to have its own little niche. It's not maneuverable enough to have its own little niche.
Yeah,
It's just going to be. The only people that are going to fly it are going to be PvPers that fly backwards all the time.
So to finish out the build,
I
guys.
can name 13 people who do that.
Are they in a legion together?
Potentially.
So to finish out the build, I'm going to just
They
do
have
2 more
13 people.
standard efficient PAs. Normally, I would, if I was going to do phasing, you would want to run phasing on all weapons for it to be effective.
Yeah.
So ignore the fact that I'm running phasing on these 2. It's just what I've got quick right now. I don't want to go get shit off other ships. So that's why we're running phasing. As I said before, for bounty hunting, and I'm kind of still considering what we're doing bounty hunting because of the way we're doing it, I bring a single high cap seeker rack, again, so I can aggro targets at distance. That's all. And then if the small hard points on this were even remotely set up properly, I would use 2 rails. But since they're not, I'm going to use just a single rail with me, and I'm going to bring a long range cascade just so I've got a little bit of offense against cell banks. Right. So then, okay, so we're ready to go there. Let's quickly.
What's this place called?
Groups. Okay, so here in system, it's going to be called. I can't see him in the station. Let me take off.
Yeah, you're good.
It's like something 10,000 light seconds away, and it's got a goofy Corona something. They kept changing names, but
Hidden
there's
Corona
there you go. There's 3 of them out there. What are the 3? There's Hidden Corona. Oh, we're definitely going to Hidden Corona.
Manufacturer, Green Fiddle,
I could go for a
Principal
Corona.
Trade.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the Corona factory.
Coronas.
Right.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Hidden
Actually,
Thing.
there's one other thing. You know what? I'm gonna. Do you guys want to actually? Okay, so let me explain how these work. So what the scenario will be is somebody's going to raid the installation to try to steal cargo from it. We're going to be asked, do we want to help them or do we want to defend? If we defend, we just go attack the enemies in waves, and it'll give us a little counter that comes up and tells us how many we've got to kill, kind of thing. If we attack, there's 2 things we do. 1, we attack the power relays on the installation to try to disable it. 2, we can hack the cargo bays to get them to spit out cargo, because that's what the people are after, and they can then scoop up the cargo. We don't have to do that, but we can. To do that, we need a recon limpet controller and a cargo rack for limpets. Do you want me to bring that and we would attack the station, or do we want to just do combat and defend?
No, let's fuck on.
Okay. So let me fly out and land back in and grab a recon controller.
I wonder what the
Or
odds are
not a recon, but a
having
hatchbreaker
station
limpet.
gun. It's got station guns, and we all get popped.
It doesn't. No, the installations don't have guns at all.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. No, but they
I
don't.
wouldn't put it past them, but
I wouldn't put it past them to bug it.
Or
Right.
ATR is going to show up.
No, and ATR doesn't
Oh,
show up,
that-
and you don't get wanted for this either, because in some of the ones we went to when we entered the instance, it pops up and says that System Authority Link is being deactivated. Right, so you don't even get wanted for it. Some of it we will, right? So, and I agree. I figured everybody would say attack with this group, so that's why I held still in the station. Was like, wait a minute, if we're gonna attack, right?
the griefer.
And you guys can obviously go ahead and head there. When you drop in, when it initiates the scenario, you'll open your chat window, and you know on the top on your chat window, the first tab, you now along the left side have different little sub tabs for it. You have to make sure you're on the sub tab that has a big exclamation point. You'll see when you get there.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get close, and then I'm just gonna wait for you.
Okay, perfect, no problem. I gotta give up a cargo rack and a hull reinforcement for this.
Did anything ever come of that video file that got dug up in the beta version of the game?
No, they took it out really. They pushed an update very quickly to remove the files, right? And I mean, they were cool looking, and obviously some cool stuff's coming with it. You guys know if everybody doesn't know what we're talking about, when beta first launched. That should be all I need. Yeah. When beta first launched, there was there were some video files left in it that were clearly like cutscenes for. One of them was, they were all acted. Only one of them, I think the narration was still there. And it was this chick that was talking to you like, I don't remember what it said, but it was basically like, hey, Commander, we need you to come assist us in this fight and blah, stuff like that. Right. So just kind of very simple scripted animated cut sequences. And I tell you, man, I hope somebody got in serious trouble for that. What a stupid fuck up. How do you accidentally leave that in the game, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I mean, mistakes happen. I know.
It's not the dumbest thing Frontier's done.
Well, no, that's for damn sure. You guys will also notice the new icons. One of the things I really like is how all the new icons are on everything, letting you know what's what. Like you can see that there's the Beckett class research vessel is here in system. That's a megaship, and you can tell by the icon on it. Megaships also have scenarios. And that one's really close. I've just found that the megaship scenarios they're much buggier to join, to work, right? And Shub, if I'm saying your name right, that's exactly the case, my friend. Anybody is welcome to join us in Discord and chat with us. If you're looking for a place to fly, looking for friends to play with, just feel free to stop in. While we're on the way, go ahead and set up my fire groups. I like to do my fire groups so that my primary weapon, I'm curious, and what you guys do. I have my primary weapon never changes. So on every single fire group, my 3 PAs are number 1. Then on fire group A, my railgun is button 2. Fire group B, my missile rack is button 2. And then if I had more weapons, I would continue on. Is that how you guys do it?
So basically, I never have more than 2 weapon types.
Okay, fair enough.
On my ship, so it's usually I usually have some combination of PAs or rails. So I usually have PAs on secondary fire and rails on primary, just because it's a personal preference.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, on the rare occasion I do have a utility weapon that I'm using that would require a separate fire group. I do pretty much what you said.
It's
very rare that I use more than 2 types of weapons.
Okay, gotcha. I like it this way because that way, no matter what fire group I'm on, if I'm my trigger is always the weapon I want, right? I'll always know exactly. My trigger is always going to fire when I pull it. Not I switch to this and accidentally now it's a collector limpet or it's a scanner or whatever it might be, right?
But by the way, good luck hitting anything smaller than a Mamba with all those 3 PAs at once.
Oh, I'm sure, right? Especially given the placement of them.
It just frustrates me so much because I look at this ship and I look at the hard points. I'm like, wow, you can do so much damage if you just stack a bunch of PAs on that. And then it's like, no, you're never going to hit more than 2 at once.
Right. Have you guys done any of the new mining or exploration yet? Because the new mining is fucking sweet.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Well, I'm just making sure. I'm just checking.
Harry's done it, and I've talked to him about it. Does that count?
Crazier things have happened. Okay, so I will say the exploration. I mean, you guys will obviously try out the exploration stuff, right? I mean, you'll do that at some point, right? Just because you're going to be flying around, you're going to need it. I mean, you will. You know what? You're going to need it because you'll use it for high grade signal source hunting.
That's the only piece of it that I've done.
Yeah. So you'll use it for that. And the first week of beta, the high spawn rate, the first 2 weeks of beta, the high rates, the high grade spawn rates were awesome, and now they suck again. Right there, it's still better. It's still better. I still maintain that we're going to be able to farm things much faster, but it's not as good as it was that first week. But the new mining, guys,
materials max.
Dude, the new mining, when you blow, we should go do that next so you guys can see it. When you blow up a motherlode asteroid, it is really, really fucking cool. Now, if you guys,
half an hour to find one, though.
No, I mean it'd probably take me between 2 and 10 minutes, right?
See, whenever I first saw the mining change, I expected every asteroid to be like
Well,
that.
and I kind of did too. I don't think it's bad. I do think the spawn rate for the mother lode asteroids is way too low. But I also don't, now that I think about it, I don't think every one should be, because when you do find one and crack it open, right now in beta, they're worth about, if you find them in a rare area, like I said before, they're worth 2 to 3 million each. Okay.
Wow.
So they're at least worth it. Right?
Pocket change.
Well, for us it is. Have either of you guys dropped yet?
No, we're just waiting.
Okay, perfect.
You're going to be the first one.
Okay, perfect. I'm 1,000 light seconds out, so I'm almost there.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just getting on the beta.
Cool.
Your YouTube chat is panicking that you may have forgot limpets.
Oh, God damn it. Fucking Christ. God, you know what? I always, well, I might be able to synth them. I can't synth them. Motherfucking God. All right, one of you guys, well, you guys don't have cargo racks. I was going to say one of you guys synth them for me and drop me a limpet.
No cargo racks.
No.
Motherfucker.
Oh, you got griefed up.
Why you guys couldn't make fun of me before I left the goddamn station? I do it every fucking time. I do it every fucking time.
Look
Well,
at,
I guess I'm gonna have to self-destruct and go back.
Warned you right after you left
I'm sure. I just need to blame it on somebody else. Should I self-destruct and go back? Because we're gonna want them.
Yeah. You could pretend to pick them up.
God damn it. We'll do the quick.
I got it.
The quick. Because you guys don't have cargo racks, right?
You gotta.
No.
Okay.
You gotta find a miner NPC, shoot their cargo hatch, steal their limpet.
Yeah. That
We're gonna
won't
make
take
it
long.
man.
That won't take long. Oh my God. I should go back and figure out who it was that first told me I needed limpets and send them a prize.
It's a flanker.
That's the third. The third one. I'll find him.
You know what it is? Like when I first was learning the game, and a friend taught me mining first, right? And taught me about limpets. He said, now the biggest thing is you're going to forget your limpets. So whenever you outfit a limpet controller, don't forget your limpets. And I said to him, what kind of idiot would you have to be to forget limpets when you just put on a limpet controller? And I jinxed myself ever since.
So it would either be in your YouTube chat, flanker.
Okay.
Or it would be button pusher on your Twitch chat.
All right, I tell you what, button pusher and flank both. Ping me on Discord, and I will figure out something for you guys. Because you tried to save me. I wasn't paying attention. I was just yapping my ass off.
That's funny as shit.
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, you should have. Hey, dumbass.
You're on a roll, man. You're on a roll.
I know. You guys know me. I start talking and I never shut up.
Funny
All right, here I come
Make sure
again.
you restock your missiles as well.
I did. I did.
I have a video where
I've definitely forgotten that too.
Mines.
Oh, I've done that. Oh, dude, I've been pirating before and gone out and deployed and was like, oh, fuck, right? Like, you know.
It was funny because I forgot to buy mines and I messaged the guy like, wait a second, I forgot something, and I sent my mines real quick.
Yep.
And he just sits there like waiting for me, and I start mining and then he immediately combat logs.
Oh my God. I was out bounty hunting once, I was out PvP pirating once, and I find my first target and I line it behind him and I switch my fire groups, and where the fuck is my interdictor? Right, so I forgot my interdictor. So I PM'd the guy and I said, hey, I'm doing some gentleman piracy and I forgot my interdictor. Would you drop for me so I can pirate you, please? Right? And the guy messaged me back and said, sure. And he dropped and he gave me 2 tons of cargo even. Right?
Speaking of interdictors, have you seen, I don't remember if we've talked about the whole thing where
Bring it up.
removed the double interdictor.
Dude, that is so, you know what? It doesn't bother me from a, like, I used that a lot, now I can't standpoint. It bothers me from the, they don't understand the game aspect to understand why that was useful. For those that don't know, you might think,
Terry was pissed.
why would you run
it was a
2?
personal attack.
Yeah, why would you run 2?
Hey, he literally thought that FDev did that to spite him.
Him specifically.
That's how mad he was.
Well, okay, so for those that don't understand, the reason you would run 2 interdictors would be you could have one that was engineered for long range and one that was engineered for wide capture arc. And if you've got both of those on one ship, You're going to get anybody you want, basically. Well, I think the note was something. Did somebody say the patch note was even something like nobody uses this or something like that?
It said there is no reason to run more than one.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But by the way, you can still outfit multiple docking computers.
Well, I need that.
Riddle me that, Batman.
This doesn't add up.
And Mathis is asking, and I think that's more a question for Ryan. Will you update the PvE build doc with the Mamba once it's released?
If it's viable, yes.
That's what I was guessing you were going to say. Yeah.
So don't wait on it.
Icky, it's either Icky or Icy. I'm guessing it's Icky posted. 2.8% of players use two interdictors. Awesome, Icky. Awesome.
Oh, that was fun.
Awesome. And Shatter Mage said something about gentleman piracy. I'm guessing he's maybe calling me out a little bit. No, I consider it like gentleman piracy to me is what, and somebody even PM'd me on Discord once, and somebody keeps thinking I'm 3 of 9, that we're actually the same person. And we're not, I promise. I've never actually spoken to him though. I've chatted with him a bunch. And he's a lot nicer guy than I am. A lot more of a gentleman pirate. But
yeah, he's way too kind for his own.
He is. Gentleman piracy is you do everything you can do not to kill. Like, my goal is to steal, right? I don't even want to shoot you, right? If you listen to my demands, if you listen to what I tell you to do, you do what I say, and you give me 2 tons of cargo, that's all I'm asking for, right? Then you'll take no damage. I'll leave you alone for 24 hours. I'll even come defend you if somebody else attacks you, right? I won't just attack you and just blow you up for no reason, right? So that's what I consider
abuse,
right?
Abuse
Exactly.
For hard points.
Exactly, right. So, and that's my favorite all time. I haven't gotten to do it much really since I started the channel, but it's my favorite gameplay period. Especially before Crime and Punishment came in 3.0. I lived to pirate. And yeah, 3 of 9. He basically will never kill.
Man, makes me sad that he doesn't.
Sometimes, especially, like, he'll have people blasting at him and they won't stop shooting, and he takes his cargo, okay, thanks, and leaves. And I'm like, dude, right?
He just fucks off.
Yep. And in fact, Shatter Mage, his Sidey videos inspired me a year or so ago, and I pirate a lot in a Sidewinder too, and easily the Sidewinder is my favorite combat ship. I mean, it's not viable for real combat, but
I'm 90% sure it was 3 of 9 who had a Delta cutter log on him in a Sidewinder.
A Delta Squadron?
Oh, that was
really?
Combat logged on 3 of 9, while 3 of 9 was in a Sidewinder pirating him, and Manus was in a cutter.
Dude, I've had people combat log in cutters against my Sidewinder. I've had people accuse me of griefing them when they're in a cutter and I'm in a Sidewinder. How does a Sidewinder grief a cutter? How does that work again?
Very carefully.
I guess.
The other day I was at the CG and I pulled this cutter. And he dropped his shields and let me kill him. And I find out later he tried to use silent running.
Oh, and didn't really understand what he was doing or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Poor man.
I kind of felt bad about it, but luckily he was pretty cool.
You know, and so for me, like, I have a number of macros that I send for messages, and my first one is, this is not an attack, it's a robbery, give me 2 tons of cargo. If you try to run or charge your FSD, I'll kill you. Then if I start shooting, I send a message that says, hey, please stop, and I'll stop. And then if clearly they're not going to stop, I send a, please don't make me kill you, don't love your cargo to death, literally, right? Like, there's no reason to die for your 2 tons of cargo. Yeah, and I actually used to have a 4th macro that if I actually killed them, I would send them right before I killed them. Dude, why would you make me kill you? That was so stupid. For 2 times, some message like that. Learn a lesson here, buddy. If somebody's trying to pirate you and sending you a bunch of messages, if you listen to them, you'll probably have fun role-playing with them.
I mean, so it's funny because, a lot of people...
And I'm about to jump finally.
Weren't playing the game back when the code was a thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of,
because you were code at one point, right?
Yeah, that's how I started off in PvP.
Yeah. Okay.
And the hate that people have for groups like SDC and Nomads today, it's the same that they had for code back then. And code they were actual pirates, right? Calling everyone griefers and
right,
pieces of shit, and they shouldn't play the game. Everyone's sociopaths. That's the exact same stuff they said about code back then. So I always find it really funny how that's what everyone longs for now is the role-playing pirate. But when they had it, the community hated them just as bad as they hate other PvPers today.
Oh, the people, like the messages I've had people, and by the way, I'm in, guys. Yeah, you can drop in. And the messages I've seen that 3 of 9 have gotten for people, it's just, I mean, it's like I've seen 3 of 9, and I'm like, look, you know, I'm a lot more fun than an NPC, right? Trust me. I mean, and I've legitimately made a number. I've dropped made literally a number of friends. I bet I've met 20 legitimate friends over the last year pirating. Right? When they realize that I'm not just, you know, being a dick, or they play along and we have fun. And usually it spawns by now. We're going to wait. We're going to give it just, there it comes.
There we go.
Okay. So we'll wait till Ant gets in. Okay. So you would
dropping 440 kilometers away.
Don't navlock. Yeah. Don't navlock to us. Okay. So open your chat, Ryan. I think you see how you're doing this, and you see how you've got the tabs along chat now. Yeah. So we're going to support the heist, right?
Yeah, buddy.
All right, and so support the heist. And chosen. And so now what we need to do is scan the installation. So you've got to bind your data scanner. I'm gonna be quiet for a sec.
So
okay, I turned up my game audio just a little bit so guys can hear it. I don't know if that came through where they just were talking to us, which is kind of cool. So yeah, support the heist.
Use your data link scanner to pinpoint the cargo hatches.
All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to scan the installation. So you guys can use your data link scan. Okay, great. We can all scan it, but I'm going to scan it to show everybody. And it's a cool graphic, I think.
I'm going to fuck on some ships while you're doing that.
Okay, so now I'm looking at the contacts for the cargo hatches, which are going to start filling in here. Here we go. I could have also brought a manifest scanner. That would have been a good thing. Okay, there's the cargo bays. All right, so if you guys basically cover me, what the hell is it? I'll hack the bays. Have you guys ever done this? Do you know how to do this with a hatch breaker?
Nope.
So if you want to, come here, I'll show you. So come over to, or fly up to Cargo Bay 1 and you go to Cargo Bay 2, okay? Bind your data link scanner to something. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Bind your data link scanner to something and fly up, like, I think you have to be under 250 meters. No, 350 meters. So fly right up to it and then scan the cargo hatch with your data link scanner, all right? When you do that, you'll now see a sub-target for the cargo bay, which will show you a limpet docking port. And if you had a manifest scanner and scanned it, it would show you what's in there. You following me?
I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Okay, so in your contacts,
this is basically the same thing. So this is the same thing that, remember, Ant, when we had to scan the science ships for data?
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
Same thing like that.
Okay, so Ant, the way it works is right now, did you scan the mega ship or the installation with your data scanner?
Oh, no.
Okay, so bind your data link scanner to something. Okay. Ryan, are you shooting at the capacitors?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So bind your data link scanner and now just target the installation itself. It's at the very bottom of your contacts list, I think. Yeah, industrial installation. And then scan it with your data link scanner. Okay. Now, once it's scanned, a whole bunch of okay, so now fly right up to Cargo Bay 2. And I mean, like 350 meters away from it. And then scan it with your data link scanner. Okay. Tell me when that's done.
What? There's actually interesting
got it
PvE in the game, but it's not the rewarding shit.
Sorry, slow boost.
That's okay. That's okay. So then I'm going to do this just for everybody on screen. Once you scan it, it will expose the limpet docking port. Then you fire a hatch breaker at that docking port, but, and I don't know here because I think System Link is disabled, so I don't think we're going to get wanted. I'm going to find out. You want to go silent running right before it connects to the, you want to go silent running right before it connects to the limpet port, and then you want to go silent running right before the hack finishes. That way you won't get wanted. Now, I'm going to do it without going silent running and see if we're going to get wanted either way, because I'm thinking we're probably not, given that it said that System Link was already disabled.
Man, wouldn't it be great if these were actually like the way to make money in the game rather than...
Agreed. Agreed. Actually, I did go silent running because I don't want to risk being wanted out here right now. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, I
we
so
want to
wish we
do
could make
that.
millions doing this. Imagine if you could make 20 million an hour doing this. How much fun? Because this to me is legitimately fun, right? Like I'm hacking the thing. We're getting data from it. Now I'm getting shot at because I just hacked it open.
07 Commander, I will protect you. Who's shooting at you?
I don't know who's shooting at me, honestly.
Look, the defense port. Get tight into the station.
Maybe
They're
it
shooting
was.
I don't know if that shoots down
Oh, and using point defense for this is not a bad idea because of the missiles that are going to shoot at you. All right, I'm fine. I'm going to go to Cargo Bay 3 now. So, Ent, did you see the docking port and everything I was talking about?
Yeah.
Now, what worries us is that this is even more bugged because usually up in the info panel in the top right, let me turn the game down, it would be telling us like we've done, we've killed 20 of 50 or it would tell us our progress, which it's not doing right now, which is worrying me. It is beta.
I'll bet they'll release it in this state.
I bet you they will too. Okay, so now I go to the docking port. This time I'm going to see if I get wanted for it, just because I'm curious.
So it's lawless. I haven't gotten one
Okay,
yet.
okay.
Shit up left and right.
So in the limpet, again, as long as you go silent running before the limpet attaches, if you were in a high security system, or if you're using a recon limpet, which is why how you hack for data. And really what they're trying to do, and I should have brought a manifest scanner because then I would have known how much cargo is left in the bay, right? Or what is in the bay.
Man.
And how great would it be if the cargo that was in the bay was actually valuable, right?
What is it right now?
Oh, I didn't see. I'll look at this next one when it pops it. Usually it's
Quick
junk.
question.
Yeah.
What ship should I get, seeing that I just restarted my save?
And you're have no credits, just started, or?
No, in the beta.
It depends on what you mean. If you want to try out the new ships, the Mamba or the Crate are the two new ones, the Crate Phantom. So you certainly could try. 100 million is going to be a little tight for those. You're not going to be able to A-rate them and everything, but enough to check them out. If you're going for Viper, Cobra, depending if you're doing
less than 100 mil, Vulture's the best you're gonna
Vulture, absolutely, actually.
All right.
Oh, it's dropping palladium. Oh fuck, low temperature diamonds, palladium.
Oh, damn.
Dude, there's tons of them floating out here. Look at the list, guys.
Clothing canisters, domestic appliances.
Holy crap!
Do you think those are good? If that's some really good clothing.
Palladium is valuable, I know.
Prada.
Yeah,
Wow, that's impressive, actually. Man, see, these are the things that maybe we'll get lucky and they'll actually put this shit in here.
Oh, but it's profitable. We're gonna nerf it 2 weeks after.
Well, when the last time we talked, and by the way, we're trying to get another meeting with Frontier in between now and when beta goes live, so we can give them feedback. But one of the things when we talked to him last time, I specifically asked Zach was, look, I've seen this asked a lot. How much do you think we should make an hour? Right? They've never answered, and he obviously didn't answer it. Well, I told him before I asked, I said, look, I'm not putting you on the spot because, that wouldn't be fair given the context right now. So I'm not looking for an answer, but this is a very legitimate question that you've never answered, right? And the answer is, not only can he not give an answer, he doesn't know what the answer is because I don't think the answer exists. Nobody's actually thought about it enough. It seems, as I told Zach, that number is 100 million, right? Because they leave things alone.
Anything under is fine. Anything over gets nerfed pretty quick.
Make the fun things 100 mil an hour.
Dude, this is all consumer tech, palladium, domestic appliances, and low temp diamonds. I bet you there's several million in cargo floating around out here right now.
I just realized I didn't even.
Wow.
I don't even have chaff or anything. I got 2 empty utility
points. What's funny is I do have chaff, and I'm getting shot at and forgetting to use it.
I got you.
I do wonder how much is palladium worth per ton? In low
50?
diamonds?
50, I think. Low temps are 100 and something.
Yeah.
That might be worth doing, actually.
I mean, it's certainly, you know what? It's worth that once beta launches and we know what the pay rates are actually in. I'll go do this to see, how much can we make at it, right?
Yeah. Maybe take a cutter out.
I'm just very happy that Road to Riches it has gotten a pay buff currently in beta as it
Thank
is.
goodness.
So
Yeah, I recently got a friend into Elite that I know in real life, and that was how it worked. Is I'm just like, all right, do Road to Riches, you get this, you get the money, you go to Robiga, yada yada yada.
I think Road to Riches is my either first or second most popular video I've ever done.
Makes sense.
And it's because, for somebody asked me the other day, basically like, well, why do you care if you don't do much exploration or whatever, or if it's a little different? And for those that don't understand, one of the best uses of Road to Riches is when you need a permit for something, or you need to ally a faction right away. If you take them at least 8 million in exploration data, bam, you'll go to Allied instantly, and then if you're getting a permit from them, bam, get that permit instantly. So it is a very useful thing in an ongoing way, right? Not just I need money, but I need some quick cash so I can go trade something in to unlock something, right? By the way, Cargo Bay 3 is empty. You guys haven't seen any more messages from our allies, have you?
No, but I do see this T7 that I'm about to fuck on.
Nice.
It's actually a pretty interesting sequence of events. They need to advertise this sort of stuff more.
Yeah, I think they will, right? I mean, I will definitely be doing tutorial videos on this when, once it launches.
See, this looks a lot more impressive to me than the new exploration or the new mining even. Well, maybe not the new mining.
You got to do the new mining, man. You know what? We should actually. Are you guys going to be on for another hour? If you guys are going to be on for another hour, I should go get my. Yeah. We should go do mining. You need, guys. You got to see it. You haven't seen it yet. Let's. Trust me. I'm going to self-destruct and go back and get my mining ship. The way this finishes, by the way, the way this scenario finishes, they do take a while. But in the top right corner in your info panel, it'll come up and a pop-up will say, hey, you're successful. And it'll say you've gotten a medium increase to reputation, a medium increase to influence. It'll go through and kind of tell you. Now, it doesn't really... I wish it would give you more specific data than it does, but at least it gives you an idea of what you just did and how that affects the BGS. Which I think is actually pretty cool.
I'd be willing to bet that the next BGS exploits are going to be exploiting situations.
Yeah.
I can see it. I could see it. Yeah. I could see it. Yep. I think you're right.
What do you guys think the big money exploit's going to be when this launches?
God, see, I just don't know. We haven't had one. I think
it's going to be missions. It's going to be missions again because remember, this is the one where they're
changing the mission board. Yeah. Now I know from talking to Frontier. Oh god damn it! It put me at Laston instead of at Ohm City. I know from talking to them, combat pay is getting a buff. Now, is it going to be the 5 to 10 times that it needs? I doubt it. Right? Is it going to be 50% or 200%? We're just going to have to see. Okay.
It won't be combat related because it's always something.
I agree. I agree that it won't be combat related. It's hard to say, man.
It's probably going to be basic mining or something like that. Not even the new mining. The old mining is going to be incredibly profitable.
I'm with Ryan that I bet it will be something with missions. They'll overcompensate for the change of the mission board, which honestly, I still very much worry is going to overshadow the entire release. And a few days in, when everybody realizes, assuming it does, have as big a negative impact on grind as we think it is, all of a sudden I worry that that's going to just kill anything positive in Chapter 4, because already there is so much resting on the shoulders of Chapter 4 that I don't really think it could succeed with that much pressure anyway, right? But, I said early on, as long as Road to Riches didn't get a nerf, what was the other thing that I'd said? As long as Road to Riches didn't get a nerf and we can farm high grades at least as fast, I don't care. It's a success. If we can't do Road to Riches and it's harder to farm high grades, it's a failure. in my opinion, anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Power
New stuff is
to-
great, right? I'm always happy to get new shit to do, right? But that's none of the new stuff are things that I'm gonna do every day, like the things I'm not gonna be doing anything new on a daily basis, really. Other than, have you guys played with the night vision yet? Because the night vision's fucking
little bit.
awesome.
So,
Go down to
night
a
vision.
to a
Night vision is going to be a
canyon,
requirement in PvP from now on.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
What's the range on night vision?
That's a good question.
It's out of sensor range.
I think we should check it.
See, that's would be a good.
But
way to
it's still
limit it.
such a
It's
tiny
like
little
kilometer.
dot. It's still such a. You know what? It's hard to say because when you're on a planet flying along on the ground, like in a canyon, a kilometer wouldn't be enough, right?
Yeah.
Let's put it this way: doing mining, the different scanners you can get. The pulse wave scanner comes in a 12,000 meter or a 24,000 meter, and I figured that's going to be like a kill warrant scanner being 2 or 3 meters or kilometers, and who cares? I'll just get the small one because of the lower power draw. Oh, it made a huge difference. You definitely want the big one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kill word scares. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about the use.
Oh yeah. Let's do. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. So when you're bounty hunting, guys, kill warrant scanner. What it does is it pulls bounties. Let me turn game sound down. Hold on. It pulls bounties from any other system the player is wanted in. So or the ship, the commander. So it increases the value of the target. It doesn't double it. It's not consistent. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's 10 or 20 or 30%. But if you're bounty hunting a lot and you're going to go bounty hunting for an hour or two, absolutely bring one. There's no reason to not, especially in a ship like I'm in right now, the Mama. I got 6 utilities. There's no reason to not. Kill warrant scanners have huge power draw, though, especially an A-rated. So a lot of times you'll run an E or a D. They all weigh the same, so it doesn't matter there. And it's just the range of the scanner. I do have an A-rated long-range engineered one that has like an 7-kilometer range, because I like the long range versus fast scan on it because I can pick them up at so long range and then scan them before they get in range. But a lot of guys do fast scan on them as well. It's just kind of personal preference.
Yeah. I'll tell you the actual use for kill warrant scanners, which is whenever someone is wanted in a system that is not the current system.
Yeah. Explain how this works.
Scan them, you get a warrant to attack them freely, which means that you can shoot them outside of stations, and that's a lot of fun.
There you go.
Get smart rounds and
Yes. I've got a
They're going into
and
stations.
another thing that happened to a friend of ours, they were in a friendly PvP. Oh, there it is. They were in a friendly PvP fight, and right at the end of the fight, when the person was going to die, they kill warrant scanned him. Well, guess what? His bounties went active all over the galaxy, and this guy was a massive griefer. When he died, he had to pay a 500 million credit rebuy. Because he had to pay it was it wasn't Shippy. It was oh fuck. He's a guy that's in LHS 20 all the time. Was it Shippy McShipface? It was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh,
yeah, it was Doubtfire. It was Doubtfire. And this was like they were just having a friendly PvP spar, right? So at the end of it, no big deal. And at the end of it, they were like, "Oh, fuck, let's kill warrant scan him real quick." And then and then dead.
Well, for a while, Theo Gilly had like a 2 billion credit bounty on his on his
plans
cutter.
we had.
But the thing is, Theo
2
is smart
billion?
enough to actually survive in a cutter, unlike most people who fly cutters. So
So if we killed him, that would be his rebuy plus 2 billion.
Right.
I don't think he had enough to cover.
He didn't.
Stuff.
He didn't.
Oh, that's rough.
But he never died in it, and I think he sold the hull or something eventually to get rid of the bounty.
Smart.
And so,
I mean,
guys,
we
just quickly.
plans together to get him too.
Just quickly, those watching the stream, you'll see I'm outfitting for standard mining, right? So you're going to bring, for your optionals, you're going to bring, a refinery, you're going to bring collector limpets, prospector limpets, just like you did before, okay? I don't know why I'm bringing so much damn cargo space. We're not actually going to keep anything. But you need those, and actually, you know what? Let me see, what else would I put? Another collector. I guess I'll just bring another collector and we'll pick them up fast. Then you're going to want the detailed surface scanner because we're going to probe the rings to show you guys how that works. So you're definitely going to want that. For your utilities, you're going to want the pulse wave analyzer. There it is. You definitely want the A-rated one, so I was saying before. You could then bring, your typical mining defenses. Point defense is not a bad idea, but I'm not too worried about it right now.
That reminds me. Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay. For hard points, there's 3 new hard points now. There's the seismic charge launcher. There's the subsurface display. Actually, one at a time. The seismic charge launcher is the one that launches charges that will detonate the asteroid from the inside out. Okay, so we definitely want a seismic charge launcher. You'll notice I'm picking you can pick turreted on these because the only difference is they're multi-crew. So we want 1 seismic charge launcher. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Go back. We want 1, and they're all under mining tools. We want 1 subsurface displacement missile, and that's a drilling missile that bores into the asteroid to get fragments from under the surface. We actually want 2 of those because they have fairly limited ammo. So we want those. And then we want 1 abrasion blaster, and that only comes in class 1. And that's for shooting things off the surface of the asteroid. Like you can chip these chunks off the surface and then pick them up. So those are the utilities that we want.
Be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay, no worries. And now let me think about where to go. If we want to just, let's just go here and see what hotspots we find.
One thing I do like about this mining is it looks like it actually rewards decent flying.
Exactly. It takes mining takes skill, man. I mean, you're not going to be mining you're not going to do this kind of mining in a cutter or a Type 9 because you need to be maneuverable. Because when you're doing normal mining in a big ship like that, you pick the asteroids that are barely moving, right, to mine those. Well, in this, you can't pick because you have to pick whichever one is the mother lode. Okay, so you definitely need something that's maneuverable. Absolutely.
It does seem like an improvement, but I don't know if it's enough.
I don't either, but at this point right now, any improvement, it's fun. But I remember on stream several times DJ kept making the joke, I'm a miner now. Well, I'm not. I'm going to go mining some because it's really fun now, but I'm certainly not going to do it, unless it turns out to pay some ridiculous way. Oh, God damn it. I was navlocked on one of you guys.
I mean, that's a classic problem with Frontier, is trying to do gameplay for people who enjoy a bunch of completely different things.
Well, that's the thing. That's exactly. And that part of this doesn't bother me. Look, the guys that like mining and the guys that like exploration have gotten shit on a long time. Us combat guys have gotten a lot, right? I'm happy to see those parts of the game get more love, right?
Sure.
So, okay, so now that I'm here, if you guys, and Ryan, it seemed like you guys had my stream up as well. You were watching at the same time?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm showing. Right?
Well, I am.
Yeah, okay. If you guys are, great. So, first we want to analyze this ring to see if we can find any hotspots in it. Okay, so with that, we're going to need the surface scanner. So let's go to my fire groups first. And first we've got the discovery scanner and the surface scanner, great. Then for our next fire group, we're going to need the pulse wave analyzer, and I like putting the prospector limpet on the same fire group because you're going to keep firing the pulse wave, and then you find a good asteroid and you shoot a prospector at it. Then
do you remember the limpets?
I did, motherfucker. No. God damn it!
Did you forget limpets again?
Yes.
Oh,
I do it every fucking time. I tell you, man, I'm a goddamn idiot.
Your chat was saying it again.
Jesus, that's what I get for not watching my
because you're not
chat.
a miner.
Oh, God, it's because I'm such a fucking idiot. Well, yeah, you need to be here earlier, Storm. It's your fault.
That's all right.
My God.
Working shit.
My God.
oh, it's so good.
Dude, earlier, Storm, a couple hours, maybe an hour and a half ago or so, Obsidian raided me right at the end of his stream. Right. So all of a sudden at one point we had like 550 people or something. Right. He was playing X4, the beta for X4. And I think maybe a closed beta. I don't think it's really out in beta yet. But so he had a lot of people. At one point he had 1,500 people watching it. That's the most I've seen that many, I guess, on his stream right after the Gnosis shit went down.
Oh no, sis.
How much have I spent in rebuys tonight just because I'm fucking stupid? I mean, that's
probably 20 mil.
At least. Oops. Actually, you know, I was bitching to Yamix the other day because I forgot limpets, and he said something. He's like, you know what? It's not your fault. It's the fault of how stupid the game is set up for where you get limpets, and I kind of agree.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I should be running, for those that don't know, the third-party utility EDDI or EDDI, Elite Dangerous Data Interface, I think is what it stands for. EDDI has a plug-in for it that if it sees you have a limpet controller, but there's no limpets in your cargo, when you lift off, it will say, hey, you've got a limpet controller, but no limpets. Did you forget them? I just don't have it turned on right now, and that saved me many, many times from looking even dumber than I look tonight. Oh, and I also, if you guys notice, I have the French language pack turned on. It's hysterical if you speak English, right? There's a French, a Russian, Portuguese, and German, I think, right? And so hearing like frameshift drive charging, you know, in French is pretty cool, or whatever language.
That's the Peluche voice pack.
Yeah, you do it in the Kovas. Yeah, button pusher, I got my limpet. Shut the fuck up.
So he was supposed to be one of the he's supposed to be one of the guys that won. So just deny him his prize.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Get wrecked.
Okay, so again, let's fly over to this. The good thing is for the probes, there's no stock. You just get, you know, an unlimited amount of probes for surface probing. Okay, let's go back to our bindings where we were. So, okay, so I've got my collector limpets on a group so I can get them out quickly. Now we'll go to our weapons. I like binding just one of the subsurface displacement missiles at a time, just so I use all the ammo from this one. It doesn't make sense to fire two at a time. The seismic charge launcher, the abrasion blaster, and I think that's actually everything I need. Yep.
You still in beta?
I am in beta. Yeah, we jumped back in beta to do some of the scenarios, and now to do some mining. Right.
Do we still have the problem with the blazing blasters that if we did too many, we basically break it and we all.
I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so we'll find out actually. Right. Okay. So now to scan the ring, I need my surface scanner, and you'll see right now I'm in the ROM. There's a new HUD mode or cockpit mode. As you see, I can go into combat mode, or I can go into anal Wysis mode. Isn't that how you say it? Anal Wysis?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now that I'm in anal Wysis mode, I can fire the surface scanner, or go into the surface scanner. So I hit it once to fire it, which brings me here. So now I can scan if I wanted to. I'll fire one at it, the planet, but more specifically the rings. And you see again where the targeting says ring. And I'm going to see if I can catch that inside ring too. I might have to get closer. And now you guys flying around in Super Cruise should be able to see my probes. Right?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, and there I just probed the second ring. And, see the hot spots that showed up. Okay, so now I can exit the probe, or the scanner interface. Oh, it's giving me, whoops, I hit the wrong button. This is the standard.
I don't remember this part.
Okay, so now we see the hot spots. Okay, so if you filter your nav panel to just points of interest, now you'll see the hot spots. And these are the really valuable shit. So this Alexandrite, I'm going to pick that hot spot. And if you guys want to follow me, and do you guys see the hot spots now that I've scanned?
No.
Aposto! Okay, so
yes,
it was. Now we're just having fun. Now we're just having fun. Okay, so
I don't even know what to bind.
In all seriousness, okay, let's go through that, guys. So what you want to do is right now, do you guys have detailed surface scanners?
No.
Okay, so you probably can't see the hot spots then. But do this. So do you have something bound to change your HUD mode, your what are the cockpit mode?
Oh, I see the hot spots. The hot spots.
Okay, so Ant, do you see them?
No.
Okay, you're probably in the
I don't have any idea how to do this.
Okay, no problem. So let's go to I'm bound. Go to options, go to controls, go to mode switches. I think that's where it is. Yeah, go to mode switches, and at the bottom of mode switches, you'll see switch HUD mode.
Cool.
Yeah, and whoever asked, when you reset an account the first time you play, the first time you do the pre-flight checks, you won't have to do them again unless you tell it to. I remember thinking those were so cool the first time, and God, now they drive me nuts. Okay, so switch HUD mode is the one you need for right now. You don't need anything else for the moment. Okay, so once you've got switch HUD mode bound, switch it and make sure you're in anal Wysis mode. And if you're in anal Wysis, you'll see the Alexandrite. Or I don't know if you will or not, but Ryan said he did, so I assume you will.
I don't.
You don't, and are you sure you're in analysis mode?
It says analysis mode activated.
And, okay, now in your left panel, go to your set filters and make sure you have point of interest turned on.
Yeah, it's turned on.
Just turn on only point of interest, and you don't see them all? Because, Ryan, you didn't probe the thing, did you?
No.
Yeah, I don't see any.
So I just see
okay.
these little. So it's not highlighted for me. Like it's not. Is
it in your it's not in your contacts.
Panel?
Oh, you're just seeing it visually.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, now you guys can just navlock to me, obviously.
Yep.
And by the way, these don't give you a safe to disengage. When you fly down to them, you just have to bang into the ring basically to drop. Like right now, I'm at 800 kilometers, and if I drop, I'll be 800 kilometers.
Great design.
Well,
gotta run into it.
Okay. So now once I drop here, the way I do this, guys, the way I recommend mining is always fly toward the planet, because if you do, you'll make sure you don't backtrack and go over the same bodies or the same rocks, right? Okay, so now we want to switch to our pulse wave scanner, and we want to just start firing off the pulse wave. And you guys didn't re-outfit, so you don't have that. Do you see the rocks lighting up when I fire the pulse wave scanner?
Nope.
So you guys should have gone and re-outfitted. But you guys, if you look at my screen, you'll see.
Well,
You'll see the explosion when we find one. Okay, so we're looking for these really bright ones that I'm scanning. And this one that I'm flying toward might be bright enough, but I don't think it's big enough to have fissures. But this is the game, because you still need to go scan it. By the way, turn on your night vision now.
Yeah, it looks great.
The night vision might be my favorite single feature. The feature I will actually use a lot, right?
Well,
and this one does have fissures. We got lucky, guys. We found a mega ship this quickly. I mean, a mother lode this quickly. So now I'm going to look at it in my contacts, and I'm going to see it's got a number of fissures. That's what we're going to nuke in a second. And it's got subsurface, because I can see from the little icon, rutile, and one surface lepidolite. All right. The lepidolite on the surface, I would use the abrasion blaster. So let me just do that one real quick. So you guys see me firing this abrasion blaster. See that? Actually, let me get out my collectors.
You guys in LHS 20?
LHS 20, yep. That's exactly where we are.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so I've got all my collectors out. Now, if I look at the subsurface ones, like this rutile, okay, so once you find one of those, you have to be at a 90-degree angle to the asteroid. And now if you guys are watching the stream, you pull and hold the trigger, and when it hits the asteroid, it begins the little drilling mini game. So I fire and hold, and now it's deploying the drill, and I'm watching the little mini game. And if I see lots of red spots, I go for one, not the very first one, and bam, see that flaming piece of shit that just came out?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I wait a little bit, a few seconds, and the target didn't go away, meaning there's more. There's more. Okay, let's drill this one, and bam. And there might be one more after that. Looks like it. I'll fire another one in. But see, I didn't get it at a right angle, so it just bounced right off. There we go. And bam. Okay, so now, that's the boring part. Now, let's detonate the fucker. Okay, so now you pick each of the fissures as you go around, and you fire the seismic charge at it. But you'll notice, like right now, if you guys can see me, if I just fire one, it'll just bounce off and won't stick to it unless I hit the fissure target, and it'll just explode harmlessly in space. But this one, it will, and it sticks. Now, I have a little mini game that just started that shows me how long it till they explode and how much damage I'm going to do, so I make sure I get enough. And each time you fire one, as you press and hold, it charges it, and when you release, that's how strong that charge will be. Because if your charges are...
So I can't... I have my weapons out. I can't shoot them. It says I'm not in the right mode. What the fuck is that?
So you have to switch into... You might be in analysis mode. You need to be in combat mode.
What the fuck?
By default, it's M.
Oh, they did give it a default finally?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now, guys, I've got... If you guys are looking at my screen, I've got enough on it right now that I'm going to blow it without too much. Like if I put one more on it, for example, right there, I'm going to do so much damage that it's going to overblow it, and I'm going to lose stuff. So now I want to go to the one that I just put on there and disarm it, because I don't want, you know, I don't want it to go off. So you see it takes 10 seconds for the disarm. And now if I look, now I'm back in the perfect zone. Okay, so now get a good view, because I'm about to blow it. So now I can pick one of them that's already on there and say detonate now. And by the way, it will cause damage to you if you're close to it. And if you have a fighter that's anywhere really close to it, it will destroy the fighter. All right, here we go. Detonate now. And now we'll get a 10-second countdown. Let me jump to the external camera. Because this does look cool.
Hey, is this going to kill me if I'm too close?
No.
You should try and see if it can.
Oh, I didn't get this. I did.
It took like...
There it goes.
It took me down to 17% shield.
Oh, wow. How close were you? Oh, God, it took a bunch of my shield, too. Hell, it took 60% of my shields. Because I was too close.
It knocks your HUD offline.
Exactly. I was in my third-party camera, so we didn't get to see that. I'll do another one after this. And now, if you look at what's out there, look at all that Alexandrite. And every one of... Well, not everyone, because those are fragments. But Alexandrite's worth 250,000 credits a ton. Right? So, I mean, like, this is real money. As it is right now.
Easy money.
Okay. So now, I'm not going to stay and mine this one. Let's go blow one more up, and I'll show it from the inside of my ship, right? So again, we go back to the pulse wave scanner. And I'm looking for... That's the fastest I've ever found one.
Do you just drop your own shields?
What did I bump into something? How did my shields go down? I just saw that.
I don't know.
I wasn't paying attention. I must have bumped something. I must have bumped an asteroid.
So it feels nice to finally get revenge on the rocks that I always hit.
Yeah. And so the only part of this that sucks is the wrong word, but is not fun, is this. But like I said, I think that the spawn rate is too low, but at the same time, I do think it's a good thing that the rocks would be special. Right, and so like if you guys are seeing on screen, like this one looks bright, but I don't think this one's bright enough. But then it's like, well, I better check it. And if I don't check it, sure enough, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be one. And no, you'll see that all the ones that are bright are valuable in that has subsurface deposits, but it doesn't have, you know, it's not detonatable.
I'm liking the volumetric clouds.
You know, by the way, there's the new Lagrange clouds. The closest one is like 600 light years away. Now, it's a black one, but the life forms that are in it, there's these crystalline things and these other funky looking things that are in it. And it's cool. I flew out to it, and I mean, it's close, so it's not, you know, it's not a big deal because it's so close, but it's not as cool as the red ones and the, you know, the blue ones and the lightning ones. And okay, this one might. Oops, prospector failed. Oh, one of you guys just... I was like, why did that just get bright? So, okay, good. This one is too. So let's do this one. So I'm just going to blow this one. Because that's all anybody cares about, right? Okay. And so as you guys are seeing, the thing about the new mining, as you said earlier, I think it was Ent, you do need something maneuverable, right? You know, you wouldn't want to... I wouldn't want to do this in a Type 9 or a cutter.
Right, but you don't have to. You don't need a
that's a
hopper or
surface.
anything like that, right? It just all goes. It's just all raw ore now, right?
No. You do. Absolutely. You have to refine it still.
Really? I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Absolutely, 100%. You have to have a refinery, collectors. It's just like old mining. It's just that now we have additional tools, right? So in fact, if I really wanted to get the maximum money out of this asteroid, I would mine it the traditional way first, right? I would then mine it with the new tools. Okay.
Yeah,
and by the way,
but the problem is now you're going to no, not the problem, but the challenge is going to be, if you're using a smaller ship, your storage capacity
That's right.
Way down.
I think that
I mean,
mining.
I don't know, man. I think I take my cutter just.
But here's the thing. Using your cutter for this, I think, would suck. But here's what you would do: come with a friend, mine in a wing. This is why mining in a wing would be cool. You get one small ship that's flying around doing all this, and then the big cutter that's picking everything up. I think a Corvette would actually be a good one too. Zeno said that on Twitter, and I agree.
Huh.
Okay.
I think the Anaconda is the better mining ship out of all of them.
But the cutter's so much more. I mean, the Vet's so much more maneuverable.
Storage.
Right. Okay.
Storage.
Quickly, I put a lot more charges on this one to really blow it, which will lessen my yield. But right now, I don't care. So now I'm going to detonate it one more time. And so for those that didn't get to see the view from inside, I'm also going to back up this time. 3 seconds.
What body are you guys at?
I'll let you know.
The ringed gas giant. That's pretty great, isn't it? In fact, hold on, I'll get you in our wing.
That looked really cool from.
It's
pretty far
lazy,
away.
right?
Like 10 clicks out.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, were you? Okay, cool. Right. I think the blast wave looks especially cool. And in fact, does this system have ice rings in it? Are the other rings in this one ice? They are. Let's jump to the icy rings that they don't have a hot spot like this in them, but they'll still be mother loads in them. Let's hop to the icy ring because actually I'm not even going to tell you. You guys got to see what happens when you blow up an ice one.
I think I know what happens.
Now, Exegius,
Blows up.
Out of stream.
That's it.
Oh, crash!
Yay!
Crash to desktop.
Nice.
Get back in. Spartacus starts talking, and I crash.
Frontier tradition.
Yeah, what was the question, Spart?
I was checking to see if you were in beta right now, and
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Yeah, we're in
see
beta.
that as you're clicking your desktop there.
Yep, because we're mining. We started not in beta and then jumped to beta.
So, it's good to hear from you. I'm sorry I missed the beginning of the stream here.
Good to be heard. Yeah, we'll probably go for not that much longer. We'll do an ice asteroid, and then I'm thinking if we've got enough interest, we'll switch to CQC. If anybody would like to join us for CQC,
fire up.
Never done CQC.
Oh well, dude, you're missing. Then you got to do it. We'll do CQC in public production, not beta.
Oh, now I have to decide between.
Wait, now let's test out the beta CQC.
I'll do it in CQC. Okay, let's do it in beta.
The leaderboards.
I wouldn't do that actually.
Wait. There's a CQC beta?
Wing invite? No, the beta. It's just CQC in the beta game. Can I get a wing invite?
Yeah.
There's not many people normal CQC, and you're gonna find people.
We're gonna bring enough. We'll bring enough, right?
The reason I wouldn't recommend trying CQC in the beta is because there's some kind of bug where all the structures disappear, and everybody gets teleported really far away and can't see anybody.
I once got teleported to Colonia in the middle of a CQC game.
Seriously?
I'm not joking. I'll find the GIF.
Wait. You got teleported as in your main account was in Colonia?
No. As in the CQC fight got teleported to Colonia.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's awesome.
All the structures.
Yeah, post that in the SDC Discord.
I'll put it in there, and I'll put it in this one.
By the way, I've got my beacon on. If you guys want to just drop in on me, because I'm going to try to find us one more mother load so you guys can see. And then we'll switch to CQC.
Dropped?
Yeah, I'm already dropped. I'm already in the ranks. And fuck, there's another one right in front of me that might be.
Wow, I must be too far away.
You should be able to just navlock to me.
Oh yeah, I'm too far away.
I'm interested in the squadron leaderboard.
I am too, actually, Aposto. I'm with you
My
there.
squadron's on top. The CQC fighters.
And I pinged you with that, by the way, in SDC Discord.
Man, I'm getting really lucky tonight, guys. The first one I found, like right in front of me, has got fissures all over it. So I'll wait for you guys to get here before I nuke it, because the ice ones are also very cool.
I dumped the GIF I was talking about in live stream, by the way.
Oh, thank you, and I see it now. Yeah.
Oh, I got a crash.
I'm watching.
There it is.
Yeah, I'll make
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen a bug quite like it.
That's great.
That's the station disappearing bug.
That's
usually
great.
Happens because of netcode.
Yeah, and I don't care which one we try. I'm with Aposto that trying it out for. Oh, interesting. By the way, I didn't notice this before. I have my prospector limpet on it, and it says core detected, grandidierite. And yeah, there's somebody in chat a bit ago said, "Oh, I hadn't seen alexandrite yet." There is a number, I don't know, a dozen or so new materials, mint commodities that are exceedingly valuable, like in the 200,000 credit commodity. Like right now, look at this alexandrite, galactic average 271,000 credits.
Holy crap!
Okay, right. So this asteroid will be worth about 3 million. All said and done.
Don't forget,
Down to Earth was making like 20 million to 40 million an hour doing mining.
Oh, I think absolutely. I haven't done it that much, but
right?
yes.
It's 10 fragments to a hole, right? So that's.
Is
If I
it
could get
10?
30 of those asteroids in an hour, it would be worth it. But
Can be up to 10. Depends on the.
I thought it took less than 10.
Depends on the. Usually, the higher the ore, the more it takes.
Is everybody here? Yeah, you guys are all here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here comes seismic charge 1.
Ryan missing in action.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm doing something for work real quick.
Oh, okay.
Everybody buy their Black Friday skins this weekend?
I bought every single ship.
Wish.
Ship or skin?
Skin.
I did almost. There's just some I was just like, okay, you don't deserve a black.
Well, you know what? I don't think I did an adder for it. You're right. I did. There are a few that I didn't do. Right.
I got a whole bunch for free a long time ago for doing the Horizons beta.
Okay. By the way, I've got all the charges on
Different
it. So
skin, yeah.
back up, folks. You know what? I wonder how far back I can go. Before, because
It's still detonated.
Yeah, because I haven't actually, like Ryan was saying, how cool it looked from a distance. All right, I'm
zooming way out with the
third-party camera kind of sucks because you don't get the audio and you don't see the distortion of your HUD. Okay, so I'm 6 kilometers. It looks like it works. So here we go. Detonating now. 10 seconds. Actually, I'll leave my HUD on so everybody can see that too.
Love it when I go.
That is pretty cool. Now, Ent or Lazy, fly inside.
Yep, I was right.
Don't say what it does until don't spoil it for Lazy or Aposto if they haven't seen it yet.
The new PvP meta is using these asteroids.
No. That'd be pretty funny though. No, but watch what happens to your ship when you fly inside. Of course, I can't not bang off everything. Notice what your temperature's doing. It'll freeze you. And my windows are starting to ice up now.
Does it go to 0?
Goes to 2 for me.
I'm at 1.
I'm at 2, and 2 is enough for my windows to ice up. I think that is a very cool touch.
Nice bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I love how everybody is just bouncing into everything on the inside of this, trying to get in there to do that.
It's interesting for sure.
Oh, the abrasion blaster missiles bounce off of you. Look. Did you see that,
why my shield's
Aposto?
going down?
I'm shooting at Aposto at people and they bounce off.
It's kind of neat.
All right, so we got to kill someone with those, right?
I don't know that it's possible.
I'm gonna send this rock flying.
Too bad we can't latch a seismic charge onto someone.
I know. But you see what I mean? Okay, so we jump to CQC. If you guys are listening, if anybody out there would like to join us, if you're thinking, I've heard of that before, but I've never played it. Everybody says it sucks. CQC is awesome. The part that sucks about CQC is that there's never anybody to play. So as long as you go with, 4 people or more.
Yeah.
Well, yes, fair enough. But the big problem, I say, would be that, right? It is a blast once you actually get in. Specifically, our favorite, I think, is Capture the Flag, which is what we're about to play.
Yeah, the mode that I've played like 5 times total. Ever.
Oh, and Capture the Flag rocks.
I'm down for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's see. Aposto, I know you're in. Spart, are you in?
Yep, I'm in.
Storm?
Yeah, I gotta get there.
Okay.
Booting up.
Ant, you in?
Yeah, for a bit.
5. Lazy, did you say yeah?
People are elite
Yep, I'm in.
CQC in other than you?
What?
How many
like-
people are elite CQC?
There's like 50.
Like 15. At least on PC.
Aposto,
One on
I
this
remember
channel.
you knew how many was quad elite. Yeah, Ant, you're quad, right?
Actually, no. I have yet to get Exploration Elite.
Oh, you dumbass.
Somehow.
Just do it. Go do Rubigo.
Easiest one.
It's not the easiest,
I know,
but it's
everyone
pretty damn
tells me to
easy.
do it, but...
Dude, give me your account. I'll go get it for you. I certainly would.
That is a
I
terms of
certainly.
service violation.
Yeah, I certainly
Okay.
wouldn't log in and reset your account. But yeah,
Wait,
God, you
Ed,
got to finish it out.
Farmed for elite combat, but not elite exploration.
I didn't even farm for Combat Elite. That
It just
kinda
happened.
while
Yeah.
I was farming for other stuff.
Right, you
Like Elite Engineering Mats or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
at this point.
So I went into the arena. Is
And
that
are
where
we gonna?
everybody's going?
Yeah, and are we gonna do this in beta or are we gonna do this in production? Have we tried?
Well, we're already in beta, so...
Okay, I mean that's what I was thinking. But is there anybody that's playing that doesn't have beta installed? That might be the biggest thing. So if you're listening right now and you're going to play with us and you don't have beta installed, speak up so we can jump into production. Okay, beta it is.
Ryan and Ed, when you get a chance, scroll up to in Nomads General about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, we got that like
Okay,
20
cool,
minutes ago.
Yeah, thanks for letting me
There's nothing
experience
good in
that.
there.
Like,
I didn't think. It's
Oh, you're
after
welcome.
It got purged, so.
Yeah, of course, man.
yeah, I had no idea what the new mining is like, and I'm
It's great,
pretty
isn't it?
interested.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Haven't launched the beta in a while. Is it going to have a bunch of updates it has to do?
You'll have to just see. It might.
You'll
You'll have to see from the last time you had it.
It's not going to be too much. It took me a few minutes to install all these updates because I haven't played since the beginning of the beta.
How good or bad is your internet connection?
10 meg.
That's not great. I mean, we can jump into production. I mean, and forgive me, guys. I am going to go into, which means I'll probably lose everybody, but I am going to go into VR for this just because.
Oh no, not the VR.
I can't fly for shit without it.
I need to hop
I
off
can't
the
wait to
chat
use
with
VR.
you.
I wish I had money
it's
for VR.
been fun.
You know what? Like I say this all the time. What I wish you guys could see is this freaking monitor. I've got the 49-inch 32 by 9 like super ultra. It's literally 48 inches wide.
Sheesh.
I wish I had one of those.
It's insane, right? The field of view that I have is absolutely. Actually, maybe I can switch it. The field of view I have is absolutely nuts. Of the desktop, right? I mean, it's awesome. It's good for elite, but it's amazing for racing. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're doing arena in beta, right? Do we want to try and do a squad? Has anything changed there? They didn't add any of the new sorting, friend list sorting stuff to CQC, did they?
Not at all.
Of course not.
Jesus Christ. How could they not? How could they not? How could they? God, it just makes me so fucking mad.
Maybe it will when it actually goes to.
No, they would have done it by now. Are we doing capture the flag or are we doing deathmatch?
Your call.
Capture the flag.
Yeah, capture the flag.
So what we'll do, we're going to use the typical, everybody get your cursors on capture the flag. We're going to hit enter all at the same time. Is everybody ready? Is anybody not ready?
Yeah.
I'm not in yet, but go start without me.
Okay. Storm, how long are you? I mean, we can wait.
No, don't wait. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Storm and I are going to be in the same position.
Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. I'm just going to join a death match right now. So just join death match as you're ready, and then once we kind of get everybody in, we'll all jump out and start capture the flag. This is also to see if there's anybody in beta playing CQC right now.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you quickly that joined the stream from Twitch, from Obsidian, thanks for staying around. I've probably got like 3 times as many people on Twitch as I have normally right now, which is nice. So thanks to everybody. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I noticed that I had all this purple in my chat list, which is Twitch, and I was like, what the? And that's when Ryan said, if you didn't know, you just got raided. Yeah, Colo raided me once, but she only brought only like 100 or so. But yeah, that was nuts when he brought like, was it 400 or 500?
I'm loading into something right now.
Aposto, is it just you and I?
Icefield.
Probably.
You dick.
This is an older save. I'm still at champion, not hero, and I'm only level 32, so you probably have a chance to beat me.
Oh, we did get. Oh, okay, we got a couple. All right, Ant and Lazy got in here too. Good.
Yep. We're gonna go at it.
I threw a host up, Exegius.
You threw a host up.
Hey, I think the.
Oh, that was different when I went through. Dude! Whoa! My ship is all lit up blue because I'm in stealth mode.
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
The inside of my cockpit's different. It was for a second.
This is my first time doing CQC in the beta. I think it's pretty different.
Let's not shoot each other for a second. I want to go through the different power-ups and see if they all do that.
With speed, damage? I'm not seeing anything.
Maybe I swear for a second I saw something. Actually, these ice asteroids look different. The asteroids definitely look different to me. They're sparklier.
They're like, they're shimmering.
Oh, definitely. They look like they've got little chunks of like diamonds all over them.
Yeah.
Right, let me go through speed and see if it does anything visual that I noticed.
Yeah.
No, but I did notice the whole screen kind of dim. My view dims for a second just as I go through the boost. Are you guys noticing that?
Oh yeah, it's definitely something different when you go through the power up.
Yeah, I don't know that I like it.
Like my screen dimmed or something.
Everybody can get the.
Everybody can get.
They don't disappear anymore.
What do you mean they don't disappear anymore?
I'm not really seeing.
Huh. Okay, so I don't know that I might have believed I might have been crazy about the color change, but definitely the dimming thing I don't know that I like because my view is like what the hell just happened? I can't see anything for a second.
Yeah, I got the dimming thing for weapons.
I've gotten it for all of them.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it for all, but only 2 so far. For stealth and weapons.
Eat it!
One of the rare kills that you get.
Did you just say rare kills that I get?
Uh-huh.
Nice, Ant. I chaffed way too soon.
Ant should be able to destroy all of us easily.
God, I haven't played this in a month at least.
Probably since the last time I was on stream.
Ah, I couldn't get to the shield boost.
Of course not.
Damn you, Ant. I thought that was... Oh, somebody's... Oh, Spart, you're echoing horribly, dude. Spartacus. There you go. Nope. Spartacus, you're echoing.
Am I still echoing?
Big
okay,
time.
hang on.
Yeah, big time. You guys are hearing that too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
He's just...
I was trying to kill you.
Good job. I have to change my graphics setting. I think I have bloom and blur on. Really
Does
kind of
blur
annoying.
even do anything?
Okay, is it still doing it?
Check 1 2, check 1 2. Nope, you're good.
Okay, this is the first time I've been in voice meter in the main Discord
gotcha.
and trying to do anything with voice attack. I had changed a setting in here, and I guess possibly it...
You asshole. Not you, Spartacus.
decided to
Got him for you.
come through on your end. I don't see how.
It almost sounded like it was coming through a speaker because there was a big delay with it. Is this weapons one always right up against this damn asteroid?
Yeah.
Did you want that?
Did I want what?
The power up, the weapon power up?
You mean the one that I got?
You can all get it. It
Interesting.
doesn't go away anymore.
Oh, wait. It stayed for you, Aposto?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit. So is that a bug or is that just how it is now?
Maybe they did it to equal things out.
Oh, because I definitely picked it up.
Yeah, so
That's
now-
going to suck. I don't think that would be a good balance. Thank God I just got the shit kicked out of me.
No.
Okay, so now,
Actually,
so
we did the same.
Spartacus and Storm, are you guys ready?
Oh, wow.
I'm still doing
it just
more
dropped
stuff.
from 15 minutes to 1 hour.
Ooh.
Storm, what's your ETA?
Yeah, I'm still doing work stuff.
Okay. Well, let's do one more of these and let's see if it jumps up, Spartacus, because it'll jump around quite a lot.
Okay.
Let's give it one more match and see where it goes, Fart.
Okay. I'm gonna flip a switch. Let me know if the echo comes back.
Okay.
Okay.
Echo.
Nothing.
All good to me.
Okay. I wonder if somehow the stuff was coming back through Discord if I had B2 selected on that one, if it was reverberating through or something.
Damn, wrong button. What did I press that for?
Oh wow. Now it says 2 hours. But the bar is almost a quarter of the way. What the crap?
Does it telling you what kind of bandwidth you're getting?
Yeah, like 2.5 megabytes right now.
Well, after this match, I guess we'll switch to production.
Right.
And yeah, the lighting on the asteroid looks very different, doesn't it, guys? Are you guys noticing that too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, some of the reflections. The planet looks different to me too, actually.
I think there's more.
I mean, it's the new lighting model, right? I mean, it's part of that new lighting and reflections model. I don't know what I think about this whole, like, everything sticking around.
Well, it disappears after something.
It disappears for you when you pick it up, but it doesn't disappear for everybody else. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Damn it. Damn you and your greater skill.
Yeah, not a fan of the current power-up. Not really a fan of the power-ups anyway.
You know, I don't mind them. I kind of like the wrench they throw in things.
Well, because someone can just sit in front of him and get it every time it spawns.
Oh, you bastard. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, that's not where I want to go.
Well, unless my wife changed something, there's no way that this speed can be correct.
Well, what did your wife change?
Well, unless somebody upped my internet subscription, there's no way I could be hitting 20 meg.
Megabit? Or megabyte?
Megabit.
Well, 20 megabit is just 2 megabyte. So 20 megabit is not very fast. So if you're seeing 20 megabit, I would expect that that's what you would be getting. The hell's everybody?
Well, megabytes should be big M, big B, right?
Correct. Megabits would be little. Well, if whatever app is showing it right. But yes.
Well, I mean, it's the speed output on the sync files in the Elite Dangerous Launcher, so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I mean, because it should show everything. You know, all.
Do an Ookla test.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing to do, right?
Yeah, do OOKLA.
Speedtest.net.
Which is different now. You have to actually find Ookla now.
Oh, what? I just used Speedtest today.
Yeah, check it out. Speedtest. If you do search for Speedtest, it doesn't go to Ookla anymore.
Speedtest. Well, I just use speedtest.net. I mean, it is Ookla, right?
No.
Yeah, speedtest.net. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, speedtest.net.
Speedtest.net is Ookla. Promise you. Oh, damn you, Ant.
Wow, they changed it again. I guess they got that back. For a while, if you went there, you went somewhere else.
I mean, I've used speedtest.net for like 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, so why? Okay, never mind.
I just don't know what you're saying. Let's go back. Are you guys in Storm? Are you still delayed?
Come in.
And Spartacus, what's your ETA?
I'm a third of the way through the progress bar, and it says, well, it did say 10 minutes. Now it's back up to an hour. I can get into the production right away, but
well, would you guys care if we switch to production?
What's killing us.
Fine with me. I'll have higher level. I'll use a Imperial fighter with pulse lasers if we do that.
That's fine. I mean, you know, I was enjoying. I mean, I guess there's not much else to test. It's not really any different. I mean, the lighting and stuff is different.
What other kind of hidden stuff? I don't know.
Well, hell, if we go play,
giving a pasta more stuff doesn't sound like a good idea to me.
No, Ian's here. Don't worry. He kills me pretty good.
Yeah. Again, the question is this boost? You know, is the power up thing broken, or is this new gameplay?
Yeah. To both.
Wow.
I haven't played CQC in like 3 weeks.
Oh, goddamn you, Ed! Nice. Although you didn't kill. Did you get
each other?
I'm gonna say, did you get the kill on me?
Me?
Yeah.
Or
Ed?
No, I got him on.
Not to make excuses or anything, just.
Oh, I haven't played this in like. I mean.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 2 months, but it's been at least a month, if not 2 months for me.
You know what? If I plug in my lighthouses, that would probably work.
probably.
So are you still live right now, Exedius?
We sure are.
Okay. I won't bring up any of my stuff then. I'm not gonna do any.
God damn you, Trent. At that time I thought I had chaff.
So,
is this a new map, or is this the...
No, it's the same.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The hell are you guys? And what was that, Spartacus? Sorry.
I finally got the speed test up and going there.
Yeah, okay.
It was
What'd you
at 6 meg, so with it was still trying to download some at that point. But, so no, it was just, it's showing funny in the launcher. So, arena.
Oh, I gotta switch.
Oh, lazy. That hurt.
Yeah.
God damn it! We just started!
Yeah.
How the fuck?
I'm killing everyone.
Who did you kill?
I'm the only one.
God, it, Pasto,
that
how did
killed
you
these
die
guys.
so many times? You didn't even kill anybody.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I gave up.
Okay, so let's back out. Let's back out and go to production.
All right. Wait, was somebody asking about
All
my
for
controls
Spartacus.
in chat?
All for Spartacus.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
we're going out of. Wait, we're not in. What?
We're going to production. No, we're going to production. Sorry. All for Spartacus. All for Spartacus.
So for the people who are curious,
Oh,
I'm using
go ahead,
a
sorry.
joystick and a mouse. My joystick
Dude,
is
what?
my thrust input.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have lateral and forward and back and roll on my joystick, and yaw and vertical thrusters are on my mouse.
Wait, you have what
Who's
on your
doing that?
joystick?
Roll, left, right, and forward and back thrust.
And that's it? You're doing that?
Wait. Thrusters, but not roll and pitch and yaw, you're saying?
Well, I have thrusters and roll on my joystick, and then I just use a mouse for aiming.
So wait, hold on. Your actual stick, left and right, is roll left and roll right. And are you saying forward and backward on the stick is not pitch forward and pitch back?
It's in my left hand. When I move the stick forward, my ship moves forward. When I move it back,
Oh my
that
god, that
moves
would
right.
brain fuck me. Wow.
And then twist is roll.
Wait, twist is roll, or the stick left and
So-
right is roll?
Twist.
The benefit then is that you get the mouse.
Wow.
The mouse, you get that. What do you call it with the mouse? The equalization or whatever it's called.
Relative mouse.
Yeah, you get the advantage of relative mouse then, right?
Wow,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
how the hell did you come up with that control scheme?
Good for
Well,
aiming.
I didn't. Commander Sunday came
Yeah.
up with that brilliant idea many years ago.
I think it makes sense. I mean,
Wow.
if you do forward and backward is like that's
He's
like
also an
your
SDC.
throttle, and then you don't have to worry about. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think I could.
I
do
mean,
that.
I get having a stick for your thrusters. That would be great. I mean, that's what you do with dual stick, right? But
yeah,
my
imagine
right stick,
dual stick.
right?
Imagine
You just don't
dual
have a right
stick, but
stick.
The right stick is a mouse. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but still, and is your hold on, is the mouse in your right hand or your left hand?
My right hand.
Oh, okay, that's better. For I had that the stick was in your right hand. Okay, now that makes more sense. Okay. So you've got a stick in your left hand doing your thrusters, and your right hand is the mouse. Oh, okay. That's not as brain mending as I
Yeah,
thought.
I was wondering how you were orbiting me so well. Like, God damn it, you're out orbiting, and you're able to get back on target sooner than I am.
By the way,
And
just
that's
quickly,
why I lose to you more.
Secret SDC technology.
just quickly, is everybody getting into arena and everybody's getting to capture the flag? Is anybody not
working on
there?
it.
Or okay, is anybody not there or not working on it?
Let me
I'm working on it. I'm not there.
Okay.
click on capture the flag.
Well, we're all going to get there, and then we'll all click together to try to get into the same match.
I'm not going to try and squad.
No, it's not worth the effort.
Okay.
It just fails too much.
Plus, we're not all friends with each other.
That's easy to solve.
Yeah, okay. So if I had to stick it, because I've been thinking about setting up dual stick or adding a stick, so doing dual stick and throttle. I just don't really have anywhere physical good to put it. Is the main problem.
What? Yeah. He's gonna copy my setup?
Is that what you did?
Do you not remember the crazy contraption that you guys always say? How in the world are you flying?
No, I don't. I can't, Spartacus, right now. I'll admit I can't remember it. And that's one of the things actually I meant to talk about when we were talking about bounty hunting, Ryan. I kind of meant to go into. I'm going to save it for now, but I did mean to talk about FA off just a little bit.
He's gone.
Oh, did he head out? When did he say he was leaving? He snuck out.
Don't think he did.
He just bounced on us.
He did kind of bounce on us, didn't he? I was going to at least thank him for joining and everything.
So just say the word.
I wish I had something more to give away to everybody. We did a couple fun giveaways earlier. So stick around. We'll do
They
those.
have to be present. They have to be present.
These they did because I did the I gave away a ship skin early on, and then after Ant raided with everybody, I told everybody to stick around, and then in a few minutes, and a lot stuck around. And in fact, it was the person that won was on Twitch this time instead of YouTube. It's been YouTube every other time. I set up the chat bot.
I mean, I get proud when I see PvP players branch out into CQC and give it a better chance, mostly because they just don't want to be humiliated because they're so used to being so
top
dominant
dogs
over others. And then when they get into CQC, it's like aggravating for them, and then they get humiliated or pissed off.
Well, you also have to go back to a shit ship and go back to rank 1. And
the flying style is very different.
Not too much sore losers, although there are some sore losers in PvP crowd.
No. Okay, is anybody not ready?
Not
Great.
there yet.
So you're not ready.
The flying style is just
getting
so
in there.
different.
Hang on.
No problem. No problem.
Almost there.
I'm just checking.
What I think is cool is Ian making a show in PvP coming from CQC, like it's the other way around, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've still got work to do.
Yeah.
Well, and I just realized
it's getting there though.
So Ant, is it Ant or Eat? How do you say it?
Don't care.
Well, but if you were going to say
caring
it,
about 3 years ago.
Fair enough. But if you were going to say it, how would you say it?
I would say Eat, but
Eat. Okay, Eat it is.
Everyone says N. That's
you're the way.
What I'm used to now.
A name is only It could be written with an X and pronounced jibble jabble for all you care. I mean, it's a name, right? It can be whatever you want.
True.
At least it's not as stupid as Lost Tacos, Apostatocalis, Lost Apocalypse.
Hey. Take it easy.
Yet another apocalypse. Is that what it is?
That's right.
Storm, are you ready, Storm?
The weirdest one that I've been called a snuffleupagus, which I thought was hilarious.
I had a teacher in high school, so my real name is... Oh my God, who the hell was that? Somebody sounds terrible. I had a teacher in high school, so my real name is Ross Carlson, who always called me Carl Roston. Constantly, and she'd say, "All right, Carl, Ross." It's like, what? Everybody looking at her like, "How the hell do you do that?" Like, what?
Well, have you ever had someone call you Ritz Carlton?
No, never had that. No. The funny thing is, I've seen there's an NPC in the game named Ross Carson without the L, which when you read it looks extremely similar. And I'm bounty hunting once, and I target it, and I'm like, what? Like, my brain for me was like, how the fuck am I in this game? Like, wait a minute, is this the Matrix? Wait a minute, right? Like, and then I realized it was Carson instead, but still, it was like, what the fuck? Storm, are you ready? Storm. Did we lose Storm? After all this? Is anybody else not ready? Is anybody else not ready? All right, we're going to give Storm another second here. Storm.
All right.
Storm. All right, 3, 2, 1, click.
And that's capture the flag, right?
Capture the flag.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm actually kind of having some fun in CQC.
Oh, it's
that's what happens.
Love it.
It's surprisingly fun, dude.
It is
it's
surprisingly
fun.
What's the top
fun.
rank in CQC?
Prestige 8, level 50.
There you go.
No.
Highest prestige rank, and then elite.
Oh, so Mayo. Oh, by the way, lazy. Fuck you. That was from Mayo 5760.
I know.
Okay. I just happened to look up at the
Friends.
chat. I just happened to look up the chat and be like, oh, by the way.
I am rank 15. What is
the
50. Highest normal?
50.
Rank?
You hit 50 and then you reset to 0 and then you hit 50 again. You reset to 0 and you do that over and over again until you hit elite.
Okay.
Actually, you do it over and over again forever, right?
No, it stops at 8. But the thing is, Prestige 8, level 50, I think is still less than halfway to elite.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Storm. Where the hell is he?
I'm at Hero, and it's taken me a year to get to Hero.
Yeah, I've just accepted there is no way I ever am going to have the time to be elite in CQC.
So then I have to get to Legend, and then Legend, to get through Legend, isn't it as much as it was to get to Legend?
Yeah, it doubles every time.
To get to Elite.
Oh dear God.
What was that?
So I'm at Hero. So if I get to Legend, and all the way through Legend to Elite, it takes as much experience as it does to get to Legend from, like, whatever it is, Worthless or whatever.
It takes like over 1 million points.
Okay. Fucking crazy.
And we'll just all stay in this channel, right?
Yeah, well, I guess, why not?
Yeah.
How many people are we?
It's 3 on 2.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So you know what we
I've
should
gotta go
do?
back and-
One of our team should always, to keep it kind of fair, one of us should always maybe stay at our base or stay in the middle, or I'm trying to think of something like that. What do you think? That would maybe keep it a little more fair? Or do you think we just don't worry about it and have fun?
Let's just have fun.
Let's just have fun for a bit and see how that goes.
Okay.
In
Now
this one,
that's
the power-ups work the
yeah,
right way.
yeah. This is normal. So Spartacus, what are you flying, Spart?
Right now the Condor.
Okay, so if you're in the Condor, since that's a little slower, and I'm in a Condor too, you and I'll play more defense, and we'll let Aposto run the flag.
Okay. Whoop, yeah. Where'd it go?
Well, I almost got the flag there.
Fuck.
I gotta go back and stream and
Got it back.
Clip that.
Oh, I have a flag. Where the fuck? Where's the return it to? Where the hell is it? Deliver. There it is. I could use some cover.
I'm coming.
You come faster. That's what she said. That's what she said.
I actually don't know how that.
All right, I'm heading for their flag. This is literally floating out in the middle of nowhere. I've got it.
I'm dead.
Got the Spartacus.
Who was that?
Me, Shub.
Get it back. Get it back.
Fuck. And shit. Hold on. Oh, I'm flying really terrible.
Well, get your head out of your ass.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Get our flag back.
Working on it. Of course he chaffs.
Chaff.
Please.
I'm working on it. Those things you forget you have.
This is crazy. I'm just flying circles around the gate. How can the two of you guys not get the thing? Get the flag. It's 2 on 3. Come on, Aposto. You got this, Aposto. You can do it.
Okay, Lego.
I'm taking fire.
Damn it. Eat. So good. So much fun to fight against.
I don't know how I'm supposed to deliver this.
Well, you can't until you kill the guy that's carrying your flag.
Yeah, like we've got to get our flags back. Like I can't score because you guys have our
You're doing
flag
a great
and you
job
can't score.
at keeping your
Yeah, I'll try to
the
get
enemy flag. But if you go kill the guy with the flag, then you can return. But you will put yourself at risk.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Hey, sorry. I had to reboot.
Come on. Oh, that's where you went. Okay.
Yeah. Oh well.
We finally were like, okay, we're starting.
Yeah, I figured.
There, no wonder I couldn't move very quick. Okay, now we're getting
Please kill him.
somewhere. I'm working as fast as I can, boss.
Or help me. Do something
screw
helpful or productive.
I might have him now.
Oh, this dude's moving everywhere.
I see it.
Damn it, I'm
There was
dead.
a wall there.
Got him.
Oh, here.
Finally.
Jesus.
Embarrassing.
And they got the flag back. God damn it.
Here, I'm right by.
That was frustrating.
Tell me about it.
Jesus Christ.
I've never taken so long to kill someone ever.
Ah, I almost got by the flag. There's one dude guarding it.
That was me.
Yep.
Oh, hey, we got a 4. There's a 6th in here. We got a random.
Can I just drop in?
You could try, yeah. In fact, that's what I was wondering. I was like, did Storm join?
Ah, crap. No, I'm having
getting you, Exigeous.
I'm having base station problems.
Damn it. That's too bad you don't have the good headset.
Alright, return the flag.
Why would I want to go to that low-res crap? Now, I've had this happen before where my lighthouses, because they're Bluetooth and they puke every once in a while.
Back around. Come on. There he is.
They got me.
Moving for the flag. Dang it.
Need help, please. Need help, please.
Where you at, boss?
Need help, please.
I'm shooting him.
Need help, please.
Damn it. I almost picked up the flag. I'm gonna kill the guy that
Need
killed
help, please.
I killed him finally.
Well, good for you. Well, you kill him when I flew around their damn gate.
The flag, and now Iat's gonna score.
God damn it. I'm gonna start shooting at you, Aposto.
Yes, you should.
Come here. That's weird. It won't target you.
Good.
Like I have to manually target you. Jackass. All right, who's shooting at me? Not that I want to cover Aposto.
Better. I'm about to deliver.
Did you get it?
Almost. I got it.
Ugh.
Of course, it's Ian on my ass. Damn it.
Hi.
Ooh, I have a higher score than you, Ian. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, what the hell is that worth?
Been far too long since I did this.
Damn it. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him.
God, I couldn't get through the gate in time.
Alright, you have the flag. I'm covering you.
Not for long, I don't.
I just killed who was shooting at. Oh, wait. Who else is shooting at you?
Ent.
Ian, and
Eat.
you returned it.
Eat.
Eat. Eat.
Eat.
Eat. I feel like it's some sort of alien name. I have to force myself like I'm about to poop if I say eat.
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 Well, it's supposed to be if you reverse some letters in a
T?
video game character's name
Aha.
from Freelancer.
The funny thing is, I just assumed your name was Trent. Trent Edison or something like that.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that's from Freelancer.
Gotcha.
Oh, crap. If I could fly again. Totally losing my ability to fly.
Did you bang into the station, Trent? Ent, or eat, or did I kill you?
I did.
Nope. I'm very much alive.
Oh, that was the... Okay, I see it now. Man, this is one of the longest games we've ever had, isn't it?
We're all out of practice.
I know.
I have no practice.
Nice. Eat.
Crap.
Nice.
Ah, dang it. Eat. I love this. God damn it, you're so hard to beat. Oh shit.
I don't think you could get away.
Nope. Not that time. I was trying to duck behind that asteroid.
Yeah.
Dad asteroid.
When I said it, I thought that. It's getting around that asteroid, tapping that asteroid.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
Is he about to score and win?
We're about to lose. Yeah.
Dude. You know, I think that's the first time I've lost the first match anyway in a long time. Storm, why don't you get in here and pull your weight?
I literally got in to see defeat.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night there.
It's been a pleasure.
Don't you try to get this working. Don't you even, bitch.
No, I'm gonna do for the stream. I'm gonna do one more CQC on match on stream, and then I'll wrap up the stream, and then I'll be online for a while.
Are we doing capture the flag again, or is it just?
Of course we are. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna go. Yeah, we will. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up now. I think so. Just because I'm losing viewers like crazy just because of the VR and everything. So, well, guys, thanks for sticking in with me. Those that did, we went a little longer than I thought I would tonight. Yeah, I didn't think I'd go 4 hours tonight. If you can't, I'm sure you can hear it. My voice is starting to take it anyway. So, congrats to the 2 winners. If you guys happen to still be around, thanks for pinging me in Discord. I see a bunch of pings, so I'm guessing that's from one of you guys. So I'll get you your prizes, and we'll do that some more soon. And I'm going to put up an announcement about the big giveaway I'm going to do for the racing wheel. That'll be right as chapter 4 launches when we find out where that is. So anyway, thanks. I'm sorry I missed a good bit of the chat here toward the end as we were all talking. And once I get in VR and start playing, it's just really hard, obviously almost impossible in chat to watch. So thanks to those that joined tonight. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Friday. And I might add another stream during the week here soon once chapter 4 launches. So anyway, thanks again, everybody, and I will catch everyone here soon.